You're watching live from Apache Stadium here in Gonzales, Texas, where tonight the Navarro Panthers take on the Gonzales Apaches in a District 13 4A Division II matchup. Stay tuned for Panther football pregame show coming up next. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network. Welcome live here to Gonzales, Texas.
Oh, and the wind just really kicked in.
Boy,
Sorry.
Go
ahead, Lance.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, we're here in Gonzales, Texas, Apache Stadium, here home of the Gonzales Apaches, where tonight your 2-5 Navarro Panther football team will face the Gonzales Apaches, coming in at 3-3. Panthers 1-2 in district. Gonzales 1-1. And Hank, this is a big one.
Oh yeah, it is. This is huge because we're going to go over this, and I know you've done a lot of calculations, and it's a big game. Every game in district is a big game from here on out, and so the Panthers. It looks on paper, right? We see on paper that hey, the Panthers should beat Gonzales based on what we see in common opponents and that sort of thing. But it's all about matchups, and you got to watch Gonzales. They have a lot of speed, and you've got to respect their speed.
That's right. And that's exactly right. Some people are saying, and I've seen that this could be for the fourth spot in the district. And the way I've calculated it, at this point, if the Panthers can win out, and of course, I'm not, I guess guessing would be the right word. I'm just trying to find the right word there for us, but to see what happens. But this is a huge game because if the Panthers win, I feel like Smithville, they haven't won a game all year. I feel like we're going to win that, and then it'll come down to Laga Vista. And if we win that one, we win out, and we could finish second in the district if that happens. Now, and that's not really with a lot. That's not with a lot of help.
Oh yeah,
the way I calculated it. So,
and I'm right there with you because it's like it's almost each game it's win or you're out,
right?
For the Panthers.
So it's playoff time, right?
That basically that's it.
That's right.
It's almost as if we have to look at every game as a playoff game. It's win or go home.
That's right. And in the other scenario is, you win tonight, you beat Smithville, but then you lose to Lago, and then it's going to come down to Salado and what Salado's done.
Right.
Because you don't have that tiebreaker versus Salado. And so that game was critical. So it could be that you finish second or you're out of the playoffs. So we'll see what happens. But like you said, and like I said, it's playoff time tonight. I mean, you've got to win this football game to kind of keep things going for the Panthers, at least postseason wise. But the other thing is if you do get in, you have a bye week before that first playoff game. So you got 2 weeks, get healthy, right?
Yeah, and it's probably going to come down to a scenario where it's only going to be two or so teams that you're going to look at playing for the playoffs. So you're going to get an opportunity to scout, and that's a huge advantage for any team to go in with a whole week ahead of time in order to scout those two teams for 2 weeks.
And so I did my own mock-up. People that have been listening for a few years, they know me, and they know me well enough where I'm scribbling down mock-ups and who we're going to play and when we're going to play and all this kind of stuff. Now, Dave Campbell's Texas Football came out with their projections just 2 days ago.
Okay.
And they did not have us in the playoffs.
Yeah, well.
Okay, but that's okay.
That's right.
Hey, we love you, Step.
They've been wrong before. Don't worry. They've been wrong many times.
They're like 50-50. and hey, if you're listening out there, Step, hey, I'm not bagging on you.
Right.
So, but hey, if you finish second, it looks like you could match up with Divine, and I think that's a very winnable football game for the Panthers. And then, you could go and you win that football game. You could play Port Isabel, which we played in the second round last year, another slot T team from from down in the coastal bend.
Yeah.
And that's a winnable game too. So now it
Yeah,
doesn't look as pretty if you finish fourth because you're probably going to have to play Centton or Cuero second round.
Yeah.
But you know, hey, it's fun to play the game. We can do that, Hank. You know, we're just up here. You know.
That's right, having fun with it. So I know you go through this pretty well. It's like, so break it down for us. What are you seeing with Gonzales and what do they bring to the table that we got to be concerned about?
Well, let's start on the offensive side of the football. And, you know, Gonzales, anybody who's watched Gonzales football or been around Gonzales for a number of years, 10, 20 years, they always have talent. And they always have a lot of speed, and they always have athletes. Now, sometimes they don't, for whatever reason, that doesn't pan out for them. But, man, they've got all that and then some tonight. So they start off with a sophomore quarterback, Tyler Hoffman. He's an athletic guy. He's quick. He can throw the ball on the run. They like to roll him out, and he can hit his passes. He tends to, just like a young quarterback. We have a sophomore quarterback as well, although I think Peyton Helford's done an excellent job and not got tunnel vision.
Right.
But Hoffman can get a little tunnle vision when he's throwing the ball, and kind of what that means is, you know, Hank, as you well know, but for the listeners out there, he can stare down a receiver, and that's a bad thing for the offense and a good thing for the defense. But really, names to look at for tonight. Hoffman's good. He can move. He can pull the ball down, and he can run.
Right.
But number 22, Aiden Ramirez, big, physical running back that is also so big and fast and strong and mean, and so he, you know, the Panthers will have their hands full with him.
Right.
But really, the guy to watch for, and you know what I'm fixing to say here.
Yep.
Is a wide receiver. He'll line up in the backfield.
Yeah, he'll be all over the place.
Yeah, right. They're going to get him the ball everywhere. It's David Clack the third, and I probably won't say the third a lot, but it's Clack. I will say Clack. But look for number 2, David Clack. And he's got some relatives, you know, Hank.
Right. This, I mean, my understanding, and in this part, you know, when you hear Clack, I mean, you've heard it from, there's members of the Seguin family, Gonzales families that the Clacks have come around, and some of them done very well, even made it to the NFL, played for the Cowboys at one time. So the Clack is a common name in football around here.
So he's got some good bloodlines.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
some good pedigree, right.
There you go. So, but watch him. They want to get the ball to him. He's quick. He's all over the field. They're going to move him around. It'll be interesting to see what the Apache coaching staff does with him and see how they try to scheme him in this football game tonight and see what he can do for them offensively. They also have some tall receivers. Damian Hunt, number 1. Clack and Hunt both run about a 4.5. And if anyone knows football, anyone knows that's humming pretty good. You're running a 4.5 in high school, you're moving. And so the Panthers got to be ready.
Oh, yeah, containing that speed is going to be a real issue for that Panther defense.
Right, and we'll get into that. I'll get into that a little bit with my keys to the game. But then, you know, traditionally, just like Gonzales, they got a big O-line. They always have a big O-line. Now, they're physical, and they got 3 seniors up there on the offensive line. The thing is, though, with the big offensive line, can they move?
Right. And, you know, and they like to follow, though. You know, they like to follow big 79, Omar Borjan.
Right.
And he's
big senior.
Big senior. And he can move people around. And, you know, even if they just get a crease, that's all you need for one of their backs to get out and gone. And even Clack, when they run him in on like a jet sweep, you got to watch him. He'll cut it up inside and then follow up and, you know, follow his blockers, and he's down the field before you know it. So that's going to be a key is to get off those blocks, you know.
That's right.
And we may have to use those linebackers for the Panthers are going to have to really, you know, stick to their assignments and play their keys tonight.
That's right. That's right. So 3-3, they come in here. The Gonzales Apaches come in a victory over Marion. Our good old foes. Pleasanton, which is usually a pretty good program, pretty good ball club. So
they took care of business there.
Yeah, and then Smithville not having the greatest season, rebuilding over there in Smithville. And then they lost to Lago Vista last week, 36-13, and that was not much of a ball game. So, you know, Lago fell to Gerald the week before. So I don't know if that means that Lago's kind of starting to figure things out, or
Yeah, you never know.
You never know. So
Right?
we'll see.
That's exactly right.
We'll see.
And that's what they say. That's why we play the game.
That's right, and we'll see Lago here in a couple weeks at Lago. So let's jump over to the defensive side of the football for Gonzales. Now again, obviously we run the slot T, so most people crowd the line of scrimmage against us. So they play a very unique. They'll probably have 6 guys on the line, 4 backers, well, so to speak. They usually probably play a 3-4, so they'll move a couple of their secondary people up, and they're going to play basically a 6-4-1 up on us and probably play a single high safety against us. But if you look, their defensive line's got some stars in it. And the big guy is Bourgeon. You just mentioned him. They like to run behind him.
I jumped ahead there, didn't I?
Well, no, I mean, that's fine. He plays both ways. So he's a two-way starter. But, man, he's senior, number 79. Look for him. And he'll play basically in the 3 technique or the 4 technique right there. But he'll line up a little bit all over the place. He was an all-district player last year on defense. So look for him. He had 12 sacks last year as well. No, I'm sorry. That is the next gentleman, Jermaine Upshaw. Jermaine Upshaw is a defensive end. 6 foot, 185. He's their leading tackler with 35 tackles. 2 fumble recoveries, 4 sacks already this year. He had 12 last year, and 3 tackles for loss. So if you're looking for some guys on the defense, and if you're sitting at home and you're studying the game, look for number 79 and number 0.
Oh, 0, yes.
So Upshaw, and I think I saw Upshaw last week against Lago sneak out on a fake punt or something and catch a pass and run down the sideline or rumble down the sideline, so to speak.
Right.
But yeah, they've got a nice senior linebacker, Isaiah Gonzales, 5'9", 170. Not a big guy, but he's a real good athlete, quick feet. He does a good job of redirecting, and he's got a real nose for the football as well. So one thing I have noticed from Gonzales as well is they're solid tackling football team for the most part. So that's going to be very important, though, for them tonight against the slot T. So they're going to have to tackle well and tackle good. So, and with some technique.
Yes, sir.
And then last but not least, the secondary. A couple boys out in the second. There's David Clark again, number 2. He's got a nose for football, 2-way starter, good open field tackler. He's got a little fiery streak to him as well. And but also look for Devion Pitts. Pitts is a smaller kid, 5'5", 140, but he runs a 4.4 40. So
yeah, 4.4 is starting to get up there elite speed.
So the thing is he's a 2-way. It says he's a 2-way starter here, but the thing with him, he's got 3 interceptions and 1 pick 6. And that is one thing, Hank, that can change a football game real quickly.
Oh, yes.
And
pick 6s hopefully won't come much with the Panthers running the ball.
That's right. But if they do throw it in the air, now we have a stiff south wind here tonight.
Oh yeah, very stiff.
I need to probably look up and see what we've got gusting, but it's picked up quite a bit here since the sun went down, and but nonetheless, should be a good one here tonight in Gonzales, Texas, here at the Apaches Stadium. And we were kind of very intimate stadium here, man.
Right.
We are on top of the players. It's a grass field. We've played on several grass fields today, or this year, Hank. Salado was grass, Antonian was grass, and Gonzales is grass. So this is a game. We haven't won a game this year on grass, and we have not won a road game this year. So.
Right. So this is a real test for the Panthers.
It is.
So, hey, let's go in and see that. You want to talk about the Panther offense and see what they're going to do. I know you had some notes on that as well.
Yeah, so the Panther offense has changed a little bit here the past couple weeks. The Panthers found, I think, some great success. I know talking with Coach Blunt this week, he's really happy with his offensive line and how they're starting to gel and get together. You know, they've moved some boys around, and I think they found a nice combination though. They moved Guerra over to swing man on certain plays.
Right, and you'll see that, yes, sir.
And so look
and
for
Galini,
and Galini. And then, you know, of course, we've got Pugh, Hyman, Carlisle. Hyman and Carlisle been a little bit nicked up, but they're back. They're healthy. And then Black, Beltran, and then Harvey has moved out to tight end.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's a formidable – I mean, that's really – I mean, a very solid offensive line when you kind of look at for the Panthers. And, you know, they still have got Trotty. But then let's talk about, you know, kind of the hero from last week was Colorado Kenaway.
Right.
And I like that move because I think what was lacking in the backfield for the Panthers was some speed. And they found it with Kenaway last week. Yeah,
they definitely did.
You know, Kenaway had a great, what do you have, 130 yards or something last week? And but great move, and they're going to have the run game, obviously top notch, ready to go tonight against the Apaches. On the defensive side of the football, the Panthers have made a bunch of changes there as well. We've got a nice young, strong safety coming in here. Risky has played well, number 45, so look for him. Along the defensive line, you've got Pugh, Garcia, Breitenkamp, and Galini along that defensive line. So you've got a couple of boys in there playing both ways.
Right.
And the same thing with Gonzales.
They do. They have quite a few.
They
play
do.
Both ways.
They have a couple players. So that's going to be a key. It's not real warm out here tonight. You know, we finally got a cold front a couple days ago. But look, watch for that because that's important. But you mentioned it earlier. The Panthers are going to have to tackle well on defense, and they're going to have to contain that speed. They're going to have to watch their angles because, you know, if they throw some screens and stuff to Clack, which I expect him to do, you know, you got to seal that edge as well, right?
Right, that's right.
Because the corner, you know, they get the corners. You know, you teach any youngster with some speed, you know, hit that sideline, find that corner, and if you can get it, you can get it, right?
That's right.
So, perfect timing. We're going to jump over to Scott Kibbe with Seguin Gazette is here for the fun fact of the week.
All right.
Okay, let me get him up on here. Okay, go ahead, Scott.
All right, well, tonight we're going to talk about the district race and about playing on the road. So we talked about last week. You know, it's a 5-team race for three playoff positions, basically. Wimberley's probably not going to lose anybody. Smithville, you don't want to sell kids short, but, you know, it's unlikely you're going to be a factor in the race. So Salado, Navarro, Lago Vista, Gonzales, and who am I forgetting?
Navarro.
Gerald.
Gerald. Yeah.
The five teams in there. So those 5 teams against each other so far are 0-5 on the road.
Okay.
So if you can break through on the road, you got a chance here. For the Panthers, though, it's harder because they're the only one of those teams that has to play 3 road games against each other. So the Panthers are going to have to find a way to
win on the road.
Games.
Yeah. Bottom line, yes, sir.
Tonight's as good a time as any. So.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, well, and we had already talked about a few little playoff scenarios or getting to the playoffs, but it's almost a must-win every single game. So it's you know, the way the calculations could be and the way Lance had it, there is that possibility that if we don't win every game, there's that possibility we could be out.
Yeah, absolutely. You come down to tiebreakers, and then, you know, they're in good shape. Their loss to Salado is fairly close. They won by more in Gerald if Gerald's in a tiebreaker. So that helps, and whichever one of these, if they win tonight and can win by a healthy margin, they'll put themselves in very good shape. But their backs will definitely be against the wall, and they will not control their own destiny if they don't win tonight.
Right. Yeah. And it's win, baby, win. You know, that's the way I look at it. We got to win. Yeah. Well, all right, Scott. Tell us how the folks can find you, and appreciate that information.
It's SeguinGazette.com. Be up on Sunday and preview on Wednesday.
All right. Thank you for that, Scott, and we appreciate it. And we'll see you at halftime with the stats. All right, Lance.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
To
you. But yeah, you know, let's jump into a little bit of. You know, let's talk a little bit about our keys to the game.
Right,
Let's go
we'll go ahead.
You
I'll put
usually
yours
we're
up there.
rushing through those.
Right.
You know,
Now we're right at it.
So we got some good time tonight, and I like it. So here we go. My keys to the game: number 1, do your assignment. So basically, play assignment football. Don't try to, don't try to compensate.
Right.
If you see someone not doing their job and this and that, but if everyone does their job, it's a perfect play, which doesn't always happen. but play that assignment football, read your keys on defense, do your thing, and everything will pretty much take care of itself. I think firmly and sincerely that tonight's game will be won the more physical football team.
Oh, yeah.
Now, I know we say that a lot because we run a slot T, right?
Right.
But tonight, more than any night, take it to Gonzales. You know, Gonzales is going to have some scheme and some
Right.
you know some things like that where hey, we're going to try to scheme Clack or someone like that to get open but if you're physical, especially on the defensive side of the football, you're going to be fine. And then tackling space is going to be key because they've got some guys that can really motor and really run, take good angles, tackle in space, and gang tackle. If not, it could be a long night. So
I agree totally with you. I mean, and then I'll bring up mine, Lance, and so mine real quick are as they come up. Never underestimate your opponent. No matter what you may think about them, if they're that good or they're not that good, never underestimate them. I mean, don't come in with too much overconfidence because you see, one team, can beat another, and it's all about matchups. And on any given night, if turnovers are the great equalizer. So never underestimate your opponent. Don't give up the big play on defense. They just cannot let David Clack get behind him, as a receiver, and they can't let him get the ball on a jet sweep or a bubble screen that just takes it all the way down the field.
And you shot me your keys this week, and I looked at him, and I said, dang it, he took one of mine. But that's good. That's good because
we're on the same page.
I wholeheartedly believe with that one.
And I say play with emotion. You say play physical. I agree with that totally, but there's got to be emotion behind it, and you've got to continue that. You can't, and you got to be even keeled to a certain degree. I mean, I want you to, really praise your players and your teammates and, get out there and be excited about it. But, always come back down to earth and refocus and everything, because that's my first key is basically all about focus. And now play with emotion, man. Get out there. I mean, when I played with these guys and, and I know I brag a lot about it. Our first district we ever won out in Navarro back in 1982.
Yep.
Our team wasn't that big. I mean, we had a little bit of speed, but we played a lot on emotion. We fired each other up. We came in there, hey, if you're down on the ground, we pick you up. Hey, let's go. We can do this,
Right.
So that's what I want to see from this team tonight.
No, absolutely. And I agree with all those. The big play is going to be key, because we've given up a bunch of big plays this year, especially through the air.
Yes, sir.
But, again, we've got a gusty wind out of the south. This stadium sits, like most, north-south. So this north end zone going into the south wind may be a little challenging, especially throw a deep ball, right? Hank, to our right?
Yeah, especially, And so this is going to be a key on the toss. The toss is going to be a very, on the coin toss, it's going to be a very interesting choice tonight. I mean, because, hey, if you take the ball, you don't get the chance to choose the sides, and that will, basically determine what's going to happen in the next half as well. So
that's right.
I mean, do you take it in the second quarter or do you take it right away? And that's a coaching strategy. I think for Gonzales, they need to defer if they win it,
right?
And and pick the side they want. And if they want to start with the win, they can. So for the Panthers, I don't think it matters.
Right.
I really don't think it matters on what side of the field they're on when they get the ball.
I agree.
But it may, if they don't get the toss, it may determine whether they're going to do that in the first half or the second. I don't know, Lance. I really don't know what I would choose if I'm the coach in this situation. But I really think I don't want them to have the ball and have the chance to make the big play early. I'd rather them have that, take care of the ball, go down and score. And if I win the toss, I want the ball this time,
Yeah, it was a little odd tonight here at the stadium. Gonzales did not warm up out on the actual field tonight.
Right. Isn't that? Yeah,
and that's very unique, right? I don't know if they warm up on their practice field or what, and maybe there's a strategy to that. I don't know.
And this is the second time we've seen this, but I mean, what we're seeing with the players on the other side for I don't know if we can get a camera shot of that, but the players are walked through the stands. Salado did the same thing. They walked in front of all their fans and then came through. And I think we're seeing more and more of that. You know, you see some of the smaller colleges. There it is, right there on screen,
Yeah.
on call there. You know, thanks guys. And so we and remember we got students doing all this, running the cameras and everything on the broadcast club. But what I'm saying is, we're seeing more and more different traditions develop as time goes on too,
That's right.
and while we're maintaining some of the old ones. And so you got to admit that's pretty cool. And I think tradition a lot here, you know, and I mean, Gonzales, we talked about it before the game, is that this field is, I mean, it doesn't even have a track, so there's not much space between the sideline and the stands on both sides.
That's
and
right.
so, you know, this football field right here has been here, I know, since like in the 40s.
That's right.
I mean, it's been here a long time. We might have to get Scott Kibbe on it to find out, you know, actually how old is this stadium, because Seguin and Gonzales used to be in the same football district at one time.
You know, and I've always enjoyed coming over here to Gonzales because it kind of reminds you of the past a little bit.
Right, well, the home of
Yeah.
Texas independence,
Right,
man.
right.
You know, you come
Yeah.
and take it. You know,
Right.
they just had the come and take it days a couple of weeks ago, and
That's
man,
right. That's
you
right.
know, and this town is one of those towns that, you know, no matter how bad the team is or how good the team is, they're always there.
That's right. That's right. Gonzales is, you know, usually, like I said, they've always had a good program
Right.
as far as talent goes. Now, they were 6-4 last year. A few years preceding that, you know, they had some rough times. They had some rough seasons, but they are never short on talent. They've always got plenty of talent. And the challenge for them has always been, hey, can we put that talent together and translate into some victories? So.
Yeah, then that's right.
And the last time we were here, Hank, you know, I wasn't a part of this. This didn't exist. But the last time we were here, I think was 2019. It was a 17-16 football game.
Yeah, it was a real close one. I remember that one.
And I think we were behind.
Yeah. I thought we had scored early at first, and then we got behind, and then there was a couple of big plays, and the Panthers were able to come back and win that thing, but barely. It wasn't supposed to be that close, to be honest with you.
Yeah, it wasn't.
And,
it was not.
And that was one of the years the Panthers went all the way to the regional finals in Division II 4A there in the Alamo Dome against the Wimberley Texans. That was that year.
Right. No, that's right. That is correct. And maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. That was 2019. Yeah, no, that was the year. Yeah, I always the seasons and the years when the seniors graduate have to always remember the one year before, and that was the year with Johnny Allegra and that group.
That was, yeah. De Leon.
Right. So here we go with the Panthers about ready to come out. As the crowd is getting fired up, here they come, the Panthers.
Here are your Panthers. So Panthers tonight wearing the black pants, white jerseys, white helmets with the gold end, and purple numerals. The Apaches going with the all black and white helmets. So black pants, orange stripe, black jerseys, orange numerals, and white helmets. So both teams wearing the white helmets tonight.
Captains for the Apaches, number 0 is Jermaine Upshaw, number 68. Jake Lampkin, number 72.
And here they go. They get ready to get out here for the coin toss. And, you know, like you said, the lineman, a good size for Gonzales. And that number 0, you know, we talked about him early. And, you know, when we talk about him, and that I have to give Upshaw, Jermaine Upshaw, he has been, you know, a monster on defense. And if you don't block him, he's gonna get in your backfield and take you out of your game real quick.
So your captains for the Panthers tonight, number 52, Cade Pugh. Number 55, Craig Hyman. Number 22, Braddock Galini. And number 8,
Cohen
Blunt.
Every day. These students all have had perfect attendance to start the year and are exhibiting the characteristics that make winners.
Captains
From
for
Gonzales
the
Primary
Gonzales
Academy, it's
Apaches
Aaron
is
Orduna
number
and
0,
Arabella Reyes.
Jermaine
From
Upshaw.
Gonzales
Number
Elementary, we have
72,
Mary Acosta and
Tristan
Kobe Burton.
Sullivan.
And from North Avenue,
Number
we have
68,
Casey Burnett and Emerson
Jaden
Sample. Let's give
Lampkin.
our honorary winners, Act Right
And
and Ball presenters a round of applause.
Apologize, I can't see that last number.
Yeah, I think it's 79.
79, yes it is.
Omar Borjan.
Borjan, there's Borjan again.
Yeah, now we can see it right there
Right.
on our little monitor up here.
Right.
So
Elected to
So now the Gonzales Apaches are going to receive this thing. So Panthers going to kick off. Now Panthers, do they go with the win? Yep, they're going to go with the win and let Gonzales have the second quarter with the win. So
defending the south end zone, Apaches will receive and defend the north end zone.
So close up and personal right now, as now the got the sideline cam back up and going.
Ladies and gentlemen,
So here we go, folks. Got the crowd fired up and we're ready to go. It's win or go home.
Nice crowd here tonight, Apache Stadium on both sides of the football game or football field.
Entrusted with the safety and respect of our national flag is Petty Officer Brayden West. The Navy flag is presented by Seaman Rita Tovar. Our flags are protected by Right Rifleman Ensign Aiden Hunt and Left Rifleman Chief Petty Officer Clarabelle Pell. And now for the playing of the national anthem by the Apache Band.
All right, here we go. Tonight, here from Apache Stadium in Gonzales, Texas. My name's Lance Blackburn. I'm joined here by Hank Dieter, and we are here.
All right, folks, it's time for Friday Night Football here in Gonzales, Texas. Let's go.
Live, it's about 78 degrees out. A nice, strong south stiff wind has picked up since the sun's gone down.
Yeah, we're going to be playing defense and all.
So here we go.
If we don't get an onside here, I doubt we kick an onside. Don't worry, I'm just joking up here.
Never know.
Yeah,
Never know.
never. That's right. It's the element of surprise.
Number 30, Carlos Soto.
So the Apaches are set to receive. To kick off here for the Panthers is number 30, Mr. Soto.
There we go. It's exciting.
Here we go, Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, this is it.
And they kick a squib kick. It's picked up by number 4. He looks to break outside, but he's pulled down there. Colorado Kenaway.
Yeah, first
And
one
it looks
there.
like maybe Craig Hyman, yes.
Yeah, that was Keith White bringing the ball and a good return actually for about 10 yards. And you're looking at the good field position for the Apaches, looking at them at the 40-yard line. So the Apaches go with their starting offense right here that will show up. And you see Tyler Hoffman, quarterback. And David Clack is with wide receiver, Aiden Ramirez, Braden Hoffman. And then there's the offensive line there, and we'll get the Panther defense here soon.
Looks like Panthers might have jumped offside. That's Breitenkamp, and they do. Flags down. That's a nice tackle there by Garcia.
Yeah, Garcia and you know, the shark back there. And they're going to and you know, it was a weird, odd movement. I thought the lineman came up a little bit early also, and I thought they should have blown that play dead, because as the Panthers did come into the neutral zone, but no matter. It's still now 1st and 5 coming up here. So
that handoff was to Clack. The Panthers played it very well, but the penalty, well, it will be 1st and 5 from the 45-yard line. Hoffman fakes it. He throws it out to number 11. He catches it. He's got some room. Nice blocking there by the Apaches. He's brought down there, though, by number 21, Colorado Kenaway, and number 20, Ethan Borchardt.
yeah, Braden Hoffman just took the ball and was able to go up the field rather quickly. Here's your starting defense for the Panthers real quick, as we can hopefully squeeze that in. There's your front 4.
So 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far side. Handoff to Clack up the middle. He finds some room. And he's got about 4 yards after the first down there pass. The Apaches pick up a sizable gain there.
Yeah.
And it's going to bring up about 2nd and 6 for the Apaches.
See if we can get that starting defense in real quick.
Apaches look to the sideline for the plays, signaling in the plays. Keep the same formation, shotgun formation, 2 to the near side, 1 to the far side. They hand it off. He's got some little, there's Clack. He's got some room. And he's, you know, he looked inside and then he saw the green grass and
popped it
darted
right back
outside.
And our linebackers got sucked in on that move a little bit. And so when he made that move inside, it allowed for him to kick it outside, and Clack was able to get big yardage on that particular play.
So good vision there by Clack.
Right.
The Panthers had it nicely played inside, but he just bounced it out once he saw some green grass out to his right. Clack lines up to the left of Hoffman. Motion, it's going to be a jet sweep off pitches to number 1. He cuts back inside. No, Galini. That was Damian Hunt. And again, trying to get the ball to...
Yeah, here's the instant replay on it if we have it. Yep.
Their speed, and
oh, yeah.
And Galini just catches him. He sheds his block like Hank talked about earlier. Very important. The ball down now. He does pick up a couple yards, brings up 2nd and 8 for the Apaches. Shotgun formation. He looks. He throws. He's got a receiver. Number 11. He's pushed out of bounds. Let's see. That's going to be close to the first down.
Yeah, and he comes up limping a bit, and he goes down. Hoffman goes down for the Gonzales Apaches, and he comes up limping. So the Gonzales training staff coming out, check in while the young man's attended to, and he's up now.
He
and
jumps up, and
he probably tweaked an ankle, looks like, but just speculation on my part.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and short. And when I say short, looks like maybe 1.
Right, 3rd and 1 coming up here.
And a short 1 yard for the Apaches.
So Panthers, and we saw the Panthers get into the backfield earlier on the very first play, even though they had jumped off sides. But that's what you want to see here. But they love going behind big number 79 here on these type of plays. So watch them come off to the left side in some cases.
So 2 receivers to the far side. Hoffman rolls out.
Wow.
He's going to run it. He's got the first down and some more. And he's not a very big guy, Hank, but boy,
No.
he's got some legs on him. So
Yeah, he's able to get down the field rather quickly as he sees the Red Sea open up on that side, and the Panthers are going to have to do a better job of slowing him down here, and they're going to have to make a big play. We saw the JV do something like this last night. I was there for a little bit of the game, and Gonzales would drive and drive, but the Panthers defense stiffened up, so let's hope the Varsity could do the same here.
hands it off. Good move there by Clack. Makes the first guy miss. Picks up a few, but good defense there by the Panthers. Let's see, it's going to bring up, looks like 2nd and 8.
Yeah, so 2nd and 8 here with the Panthers defense, but that goal line is, not far behind them. They need a big play here, a big defensive play. Get them out of range, or get a turnover here.
Ball resting on the 9-yard line. Hands off to Clack. Clack fakes. He jumps outside. He makes a move. He spins. He turns. Physical tackle there by Ethan Borchardt.
Now, even though you had a couple of missed tackles, there was a lot more Panthers there in the area to make the tackles. So you had talked about that early in the pregame, Lance. Then you talked about it, and the gang tackling after the fact, it's a big deal.
It is. They run to the short side of the field there. It's on the right hash. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for the Apaches. So big play here for the Panthers. They hand it off. It looks like they throw the flag. I don't know if
I didn't see him stop the play.
Yeah, I didn't either. So that usually means, right, offsides.
Yeah, offsides defense more than likely coming up here.
It did look like, though, I don't know if we have a replay on that, but it did, for some reason it looked like the Apaches might have jumped early, but maybe we were in the neutral zone when they snapped the ball. So
right.
They'll be moved half the distance to the goal at about the 3-yard line. We'll set up a 3rd down and about a 1 yard.
So the chain gang's a little slow tonight, so we're trying to play catch up here. It's going to bring up, it is against the Panthers. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and, looks like 2. They hand off to Clack. He makes a move. He's hit, though, but he's in. And it looks like he's in for a touchdout.
Yep, he squeezed in there, yeah.
Yeah, with the field, one side did not signal touchdown. You heard the Apache crowd yell. So, but Clack scores on a short run there. And Clack is his lateral movement is amazing. His jump cuts and things like that, and that's what really makes him tough. The kick is up. It's a line drive into the wind, and it is good. So that brings the score here with 7:24 left in the first quarter. The Apache 7 and your Navarro Panthers 0.
Well, we'll take a quick break, Lance, and we'll be right back. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year. Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
We're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
Come on! What's wrong with
We're back. So, yeah, Hank, that was a drive where you played the bend but don't break defense, but then you broke in the red zone a little bit. That was fairly easy, 60-yard touchdown or a 60-yard.
Yeah, well, we didn't give up the big play, but
didn't give up the big play. They didn't really shoot it. They ran the ball a lot. The kickoff is caught there. Looks like maybe number 7, Blevins, with the reception.
Yeah, Blevins there came in, and he.
But good field position for the Panthers.
Here's the Panthers starting offense.
Hit there by number 20, Josh Anthony.
So kicking into a stiff wind. I figured they may kind of squib it, but they kicked it up in the air, and the jet stream there caught it.
Right.
And got it there. Panthers will start at their own 35-yard line. First possession for the Panthers, down 7-0 here tonight with 7:17 left here in the first.
The wind's causing havoc up here.
Helford hands it. And sorry, I lost it. That's Cohen Blunt. And good fakes carried out there. Faking me as well. And but the handoff was up the middle. And Cohen Blunt picks up a first down on the first play of the game. About 10, maybe 11. No, right at 10 yards they're going to say for the Panthers. So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Handoff, Colorado Kenaway. He cuts back. He's got room.
Oh, man.
And he gets about 4, almost, yeah, we're going to call it 5.
Yeah, good yardage. Young man down for Gonzales. So they're going to come out and send to the young man. I hope he's okay. So at this point, and we had an interview with, I had an interview with Coach Blunt, and we didn't get to that during our pregame, but we'll bring you that at halftime.
I got you. Yeah, you know, I thought we were talking a bunch in our pregame.
Hey, sometimes that gets away from you, though.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you know what? We'll just go ahead and take a little break during this injury timeout and pull up another little commercial or public service announcement. So you're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back. 7-0 here, 6:39 left on the clock and counting. Panthers picked up 2 nice sizable games. First one to Cohen Blunt, second one to Colorado Kenaway. 2nd and 5 for the Panthers, down 7-0 here in Gonzales. Handoff up the middle. I think that's Trotty.
Yeah,
it is, and he's going to be close to a first down. A little short.
Yeah,
going to bring up about 3rd and 2.
Good yardage, good drive. He kept his knees chopping, and that's what you got to see from your backs. And there was a nice little lane, initial lane that was open that the offensive line created for him. And then once he got those, 2-3 yards, he chopped his legs and got even a little bit more. So 3rd down and short, it should be makeable for the Panther offense in the slot T. We'll see how it goes.
Handoff Cohen Blunt. Looks like he's going to have the first down. He is not down yet.
We got to give him that.
He did a little pirouette there, Hank, and ran to the right, twisted back to his left. But first down there for the Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, Cohen Blunt last week, where he's at right now coming into this game, with 675 yards and averaging about 5.5 yards a carry, is a big deal for Panthers. That's where you want to be, at least around 5 yards per carry. That's always good.
So 1st and 10 for the Panthers. Ball resting at the 40-yard line. Colorado Kenaway off to the left side. So Panthers doing a good job mixing up their running plays here in the first.
Yeah, and I don't think Gonzales is going to have an answer for the Panthers as long as the Panthers just hold on to the ball.
Right.
And the offensive line, stays with their block. There'll be a chance to break a big play here or there, but I love the way the Panthers are grinding this out. You keep it away from the offense of Gonzales. Shorten this game up, and it may be about who has the ball last. We'll see.
Could be, right. And who's going to make the mistake, right?
Right, that's exactly right.
So Panthers got the strong wind to their back right here. It's going to bring up 2nd and 5. They're going to hand it off. That's Trotty. He's up the middle. He falls forward, though. And
Nice.
he's close to a first down, and they're going to move the chains. It is a first down.
Yeah, I gave the old hallelujah there because, he stretched it out and got that last 2 yards on his own to get past the first down. And now Panthers keep it up, the only thing, this always makes me a little nervous because I don't want to see any kind of mistakes along the way. No holding calls, chop blocks, or any of those things. They just keep doing what they're doing, and they'll be fine. I like to see a lot of Blunt and then hit Kenaway every once in a while.
Well, this time they hand it off up the middle.
Yeah,
And
Stop by Upshaw in the
so
backfield.
the big boy in there, 68, and number 5 as well for the Gonzales Apaches with the tackle.
Yeah, they
But,
even called out Upshaw as well coming in. And so, yeah, like you said, it's Gonzales' defense is pretty strong up front. And I was calling out for Blunt, and, man, that backfired on me, didn't it? Oh, my goodness. I'm not doing that anymore.
So loss of 2 on the play for Blunt. It's going to bring up 2nd and 12. Ball resting right at the 30-yard line. He's going to hand it to Colorado Kenaway, and he is hit quickly but falls forward. That's the thing with Colorado is he's such a tall young man that he falls forward and tends to get, a couple more yards out of that. Because he was initially hit in the backfield.
Travis Malivo, the third, is in that backfield. He read that play all the way from Gonzales. He's playing that outside cornerback, and he came in, read it all the way, was not even taken by the fake, and that's what you talk about playing assignment football. That's what you see here.
So this is going to bring up 3rd and long, 3rd and 9, ball on the 27-yard line.
Yeah, this is
of
not
the Apaches.
Sorry, this is not what you want for the Panthers offense to be 3rd and 9.
Not on schedule. Helford's going to roll to his left. He's being chased. He's not going to throw it. He's knocked out of bounds out there. It's going to be inside the 20-yard line.
Oh, boy, he's real close to the first down. Yep, he's got the first down.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can't see from our perspective exactly. He's on the far side of the football field on the Apache sideline, but great run there. And I don't think he ever intended on throwing that football.
No, I don't think so. I mean, he put the ball up, but as soon as he saw one of the outside linebackers come up, I didn't catch who it was, he made the decision, I got to get to the outside or I'm getting sacked.
Helford hands it off, and Blunt is bottled up for at least no gain. Might have lost a yard.
Yeah, I mean, Borjan was up in there, and now he stopped up the hole. Even though he didn't make the tackle, he's the one who plugged up the hole right away for Gonzales. So Panthers are going to have to have an answer, and I think the only way is you got to hit the edges, and you're going to go off tackle plays. If you go that A gap, I think Gonzales is big enough to stop that A gap and stop it up. And now you're going to have to take and go off-tackle plays from here on out until you can soften that up, and they'll go out to the outside and then go back to it.
Yeah, I agree. Hands it off. That's Trotty. Trotty does get it, but he's tackled well. And, again, I talked about the tackling from the Apaches. And, again, that was number 3. That's Pitts. Pitts is a small kid, 5'5", but a lot of speed. Good tackle, though.
Yeah, they stayed right around the thigh, waist area, tried to get them down and wraps up at the same time and not just let him, not try to make the hit, and Trotty bounces off. But Trotty almost did. Yeah, well.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and 8. So we were 3rd and 9, now we're 3rd and 8. The ball's going to rest at the 16-yard line for the Panthers of the Apaches. Again, Helford rolling left. He's got Blunt. Or I'm sorry, that's Trotty.
Yeah, let's see if Trotty
catches it.
He's real close to it. Nope.
And they're going to flag him forward, and first down Panthers. So just a little flat route by Trotty, and Helford hits him in the numbers. He turns it up. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line, and we've almost chewed up the whole first quarter here.
Yep.
And
38 seconds, yeah.
It's 7:53, so talk about a fast quarter.
Right.
Hands it to Colorado Kenaway. Kenaway is stingy defense there by the Apaches.
Well, I mean, if you watch the film from last week against Gerald and you see that play work so well against Gerald, Gonzales says we're not going to be beat by that same play.
Right.
And they're showing it right now. So I would say that the best chance now for the Panthers is to, they're going to have to mix things up even a little bit more. They can still hit the edges, but that's going to be the end of the quarter as well. So.
That is. It's going to end the quarter. The ball rests at the 4-yard line. It's 7-0. Apaches over your Navarro Panthers going here to the second quarter. But Panthers knocking at the door, Hank.
That's right. And this this game's moving pretty fast. The teams are going right down the field on these defenses, but Panthers had a little trouble here, and now they're going to have to just punch that thing in. And also, I didn't talk about, since this is a grass field, one thing grass fields tend to have more than other fields is a crown on the field. So if you look here, you can see the crown. That was the one thing my son said when he played here, my younger son, Kyle, that was a running back. He said that would always throw him off, especially for, a play that you run. It's always good for a running team to get to the outside. So,
right.
But when you're not expecting it, though, that's when it throws you off, and your gait is a little different when you're running downhill versus, a real flat area, and that's what you see here too. And it affects the quarterbacks on their throws. So if you see a quarterback throw high, that's one of the reasons they're throwing high.
And some people are probably wondering, why do they have a crown on a grass field?
Right.
It's
exactly.
for drainage.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So,
because if you don't drain, you'll just have mud puddles everywhere.
And especially in the middle of the field,
right,
it'll just kind of collect. So
yep, good point.
Yeah.
Well, we're right back at the start of the second quarter with the Panthers trailing 7-0, and they're coming up on a second down and goal here from the 4-yard line.
So here we go, big play here, Hank.
All right, so I don't know if we got a goal line look.
Second goal at the 4.
Helford under center. Galini switching sides, going to the tight end position. He hands it to Cohen Blunt. He's going to have a Panther touchdown.
All right.
Easy touchdown. You can see the hole from up here. So Cohen Blunt rumbles in from 4 yards. He's going to bring the score 7-6, pending the extra point.
On to do the kicking, number 30, Carlos Soto.
So Soto, the lefty, Helford on the hold. Ball is down, kick is up, and it is no good.
Oh, it's good. Yeah, it curled around.
Okay.
That wind, that southeast wind coming in. So
that was close, though.
Yeah, so they tie it all up.
Wow.
7-7. So, hey, we're going to take a quick little break, and we'll be back after this.
Giveaway going on with the Apache cheerleaders.
Counting down.
All right, we're back, 7-7. Both teams had the ball once. Both teams scored on a 4-yard touchdown run. We're tied at 7-7 here to start the second quarter. Panthers are going into the south wind now. Gonzales, let's see if they open up the playbook a little bit with the wind. And I tell you what, man, when I got here, there was
very little wind.
There was very little wind. I mean, it was nothing almost.
Yeah.
And now it's gusting pretty heavily, and it will have an effect on this football game tonight. So the kick rolls to the middle of the field. They better jump on it.
Oh, wow. Panthers a little bit late getting there, but so is Gonzales.
Well, they kicked it into an open area. There was some indecision by the Apaches, and it almost
the old volleyball campfire look, right? Yeah, like standing around. Oh man, yeah, it's like we better get to the ball.
So Gonzales will take over here in the second quarter at their own 35-yard line.
Let's see if I didn't quite get the entire defense for the Panthers, so I'm going to bring that up again. That's our starting lineup. So that way I get it in for everybody.
So here we go, Hoffman, shotgun. He claps, he hands it. No, he fakes it. He throws it out to number 1. He's got some Number one makes the first man miss, but he's pushed out of bounds, but near the first down marker. Let's see where they spot it. It's going to be a little short right in front of us. About 2 yards, gain of 8.
Well, Panthers going to have to do a little bit better job of sniffing that out because, I mean, I would tell you from up here, I wanted to say they're going to run the screen right over here. I mean,
right.
They're just, outright, you knew it was coming.
Well, the Panther corners are playing about 8-9 yards off the receivers.
Yeah, on the outside.
On the
way
outside
back, giving
here.
a lot of cushion.
So they handed off this time up to 22. So
Yeah, and
that's going to be Ramirez. And again, a big, strong, physical running back. So
yeah, Ramirez is a good running back that Gonzales has. He's just a youngin'. He's a freshman. So
yeah, he is a freshman.
yeah, and so he's one of those that, and you let him loose, he's going to be gone too. So you got to contain him. So first down and 10.
So 1st and 10, he'd throw it out. That's Hoffman. And, I'd be curious, Hank. He catches it, and he's got close to another first down.
Yeah,
I wonder if they're brothers. They're both sophomore. Are they twins?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I was going to ask that question, but yes, I would assume they are.
I would assume, too. They're about the same size. It's the only reason I asked. So.
Yeah, they look too. But I'm not going to speculate till I know for sure.
Right.
But only thing about the Panthers, I'm a little concerned with that big a cushion, and Galini has to get out there from outside linebacker spot to make that tackle, and that's a long ways to go.
So the handoff up the middle, he gets rocked, and that was by Cade Pugh. He hit him hard, but hit him forward, and that's going to be a first down. It looks like.
Well, they're bringing.
Well, it's close.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to call them short. It's going to be 3rd and inches here.
I mean, inches is the correct term there.
Yeah, they got the LED light on those things. So,
right.
Oh, they are calling it a what?
Well,
wait, it's one calls it first down. No, so now the official calls it first down.
let's go. So the chain gang's again falling asleep here at Gonzales, but they got it. They snap it. They hand it. Ramirez jumps over the line. He's still running. Man,
he
that
gets hit
kid's a
hard.
freshman,
Yeah.
and he's hopping over people. He churns. I like how he churns his feet.
Right.
That's what you're taught. And now I can see why the freshman's playing varsity football. So
yeah, exactly. So 2nd down now and 6 coming up. Panthers, though, on defense, is going to have to win the line of scrimmage here. And they brought in Cohen Blunt now, who had a really good game against Gerald last week coming in. And we'll see what kind of effect he'll have now.
So 2nd, they're going to run a handoff on the jet sweep to number 12. And he's around the corner. He gets the edge. And he's going to be down around the 30-yard line. That's going to be another Apache first down.
Here, the Panthers are not getting that penetration either. And when you looked on that left side, you didn't see the Panthers until after the running backs already passed, that particular area. Nobody's getting the penetration that we've seen like last week. We need to see more penetration, at least to the heels of the linemen, and push them back a little bit on the heels. We're not seeing that tonight.
Got to seal the edges.
That's right, and you got to get in the backfield.
So they do again. Oh, but there it is, through Risky. So they run the jet sweep again to this side, same play, different side, and Risky just jumps in there, Hank. And
right, here's that play right here.
Big loss.
Yeah, big loss. Oh.
Nice read by the sophomore. And so he's going to lose about almost 5. Yeah, it is going to be 5 yards.
And I just called for it.
2nd and 15. So behind the chains, let's see what the Apaches do. They throw it out. It's caught, but again, that's going to be another loss. So the Apaches going to the well a little bit too much here.
Yeah, and that time Galini already started out that way, and he took a guess on that one because if they would have came and ran inside, he wouldn't have been there. But he, sometimes when you guess right and you watch enough film, that's part of its skill, and the other part is the guess, and he did the right guess there.
Yeah, and we'll see because the Panthers left the middle of the field wide open.
Right.
So let's see if the on 3rd and 17 what the Apaches do here. But great 2 defensive plays. He's got a bunch of time. He moves up. He's going to be he gets out. He's running That's Hoffman. He's still running. He gets to the sideline. He's knocked out of bounds finally.
We have a Gonzales player down. It looks like the same one earlier, Hoffman.
He is, and he's rolling around in some pain.
Hoffman thrown out of bounds.
So,
But let's see where they mark that at.
yeah, I mean, they marked it far enough to where
It's going to be
let's see.
Well,
No, I'm sorry. I was looking at the wrong official.
wow. Okay. Wait, there is a flag down, Hank.
Is there?
Yes.
Oh, there is on the sideline. I don't know
Yeah,
if it.
the far side of the field.
Yeah, I heard you could hear a bunch of yelling over there. So all
So
the
I don't know
Panthers-
if it was a late hit,
Right. So there is a flag on the play.
but we'll see what happens here. But it looks like it's going to be around 4th and 6, 4th and 7.
Yeah, here's a replay here of that play.
Personal foul
Against the Panthers.
Oh
against
boy,
the
there
Panthers.
goes.
So it was a personal foul.
Right.
Well,
And here's the play where we see, how there you were talking about the tackles. If
So
we
that
had
was
a-
Hyman, missed tackle.
And then, well, I don't know if they got the end of this as we
They did.
look. Let's see, we got the end. And was he hit right out of bounds at the end is what it looks like. So now we're back to live action. 1st down and 10 for Gonzales with the help of that penalty.
So the ball now will rest at the 13-yard line of the Panthers, 1st and 10. So that's a huge penalty against the Panthers because it was going to be about 4th and 7, Hank.
Right.
Now it's 1st and 10 at the 13, so they have new life here.
Yeah, it's 8 minutes and 16
They
seconds.
hand off. That's Ramirez. He's got some room. He's fighting, and man, he continues to just to really move his feet. And you just don't see that from
Yeah.
a freshman.
No,
And so good for them.
And it's based on the fact that he's following his blockers. He's patient enough,
Yes.
and you don't see that from a freshman much. And not to make his cuts until he sees that block being made.
So that's going to bring up about a 2nd and 5 here. Oh, there's a flag.
Yeah,
So
there's a false start.
false start. So that's going to be 2nd.
So here's the official.
2nd and 10.
Yep,
Yeah.
false start. Hey, and we got to remind everybody that the QR code's down there off to the right that will allow for our kiddos here in the broadcast club to get donations in order to continue bringing these kind of broadcasts and kind of upping the ante. It's like getting more equipment and that sort of thing, so we can have more than one broadcast going on at one time as well.
That's right.
More
That's right.
broadcasts, the better, right?
They hand off to Ramirez. He's got a big hole up the middle. He falls forward. He's down inside, it looks like the 5-yard line.
I don't know if we have that on replay, but you watch the linemen in this play. You'll see
Well,
it.
they're going quickly.
Oh, okay. We can go back. You
So-
can cut out.
They're going quickly to the line. They hand it to Ramirez again. He goes up the middle. And let's see. I don't know.
I don't think he got it.
No. It looks like they're going to mark it around the 2-yard line.
Yeah, so what I was trying to show on that last play is the down blocking that took place, by Gonzales. They opened it up a little bit. Now you got guys wide out.
So 1st and goal from the 2. So it looks like he did get it. They're going back to Ramirez, and he's just fighting his way, and it looks like he should be in.
I didn't see
the line
anybody.
judges are not doing a very good job
I
of
guess,
signaling touchdown. but-
Right. I was watching both the
I
the
know,
line
I was
judges
too.
Such, and so that is a touchdown. That I guess the umpire was the one who called it because I didn't see any of the line judge or the side judge call it.
So right up the middle, that's Ramirez. And they go to the well 3 straight times with Ramirez. High snap. Kick is up, and it is no good.
All right, here's
No
some
good.
life for the Panthers now. Well, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this message.
All right, we're back here. Panthers down 13-7 here in Gonzales, Texas, Apache Stadium. And they went 65 yards, Hank, with relative ease. But that penalty, the Panthers had some momentum. We pushed them back and pushed them back.
Yeah, and they did exactly what I was asking to do, is get in the backfield, make some plays. They did exactly that, but got a little overzealous.
Personal foul penalty, the kick. Oh, it bounces off. Let's see. Oh, Panthers jump back on it, and I think that was Cohen Blunt. No, that was number 6. Sorry.
Alex Leckwald.
Yeah, Alex.
So Leckwald jumps on it.
And luckily he did. And that preserves the possession. But, not a bad idea by the Apaches as they lead it 13-7 here with 6:49. And I think that, what you're going to see from the offense is going to be now is, okay, we've got to take control of that line of scrimmage and move forward.
So Navarro they're at their own 44-yard line. Great field position, and both teams have had great field position all night. I have an update from Sinton after this play, and that's Peyton Helford, but looks like he was stopped in the backfield or about a 1-yard gain, but he puts his head down and gains about 5.
Yeah.
Big game tonight in Sinton that affects Region 4. Sinton playing in the Cuero Gobblers. The Cuero Gobblers are up 12-3 in that football game at halftime. So sounds like both those teams are running the football.
Yeah, that's going quick too. Yes, sir.
So 6:19 and counting here left in the first half. Panthers on their second possession. So Apache's playing a little keep away. They hand it off as Cohen Blunt up the middle. He turns and does another pirouette and gets close to the first down. It's going to be third short.
We're saying that you can't run up the middle, right, unless that was a quick hitter. When you do some of these quick hitters like that, where you're trying to get the center to cross block with the guard, that works really good when it's on that quick count. And you could do it, without the defense getting set. In other words, golly, I couldn't get that out. But that was what I wanted to point out. But now, when you're a slow developing play, no.
So Peyton Helford quarterback sneaks it straight up the middle, and Helford gets the first down. He picks it up by about a yard, and so 5:22 left here.
Wow.
Panthers moving the ball nicely here on their second drive of the football game. The ball's resting at the 44-yard line of the Apaches. The Panthers take their time here. And both teams are playing a little keep away here tonight, Hank, running the football.
That's exactly right. And we haven't seen much throws other than little screens from Gonzales.
So they hand it off. Colorado Kennewain on jet sweep. Very nicely played there. Who is that? Number 12 just stretches that out. Travis Malvu.
Yeah.
And
the third.
Yeah,
and here's the replay on it. As you see, he plays off of the block of Blunt and is still able to make the tackle. So that was
great defensive play. I mean, that's a really tough play because you're taking on a big boy like Cohen Blunt, and Malvu's the third is not a big kid. So that was a nice defensive play there by the Apaches. Handoff this time, Colorado Kennewain. Oh, he's got his foot, and that's number 7. And Colorado's trying to pull out of that, but Gonzales, Isaac Gonzales.
Yeah, we got
for Gonzales.
Oh, that's one of the. I would say that's Bourgeon that's down. So he's down with an injury.
So that's going to bring up third and short.
So yeah.
Let's talk volleyball.
Right, I was going to ask you if we had that because we don't know how long they're going to be with them. We might cut short. So go ahead, talk volleyball.
So let's talk volleyball. Volleyball the other night lost in Wimberley to Wimberley, 3-0. That put their record at 3-3 in district, 26-14 overall. But I just got an update tonight at Canyon Lake. the Lady Panthers swept Canyon Lake 3-0, so now they're 27-14 and 4-3. They're sitting in third place in district behind number 1 is Davenport, number 2 is Wimberley. So
yeah, it's probably one of the toughest districts in 4A overall.
Yes. Yeah, Davenport won the state championship in 4A last year.
Right.
Wimberley's been ranked number 1 this year, but Wimberley lost to Davenport earlier.
So and the Lady Panthers still, once you get to playoffs, all bets are off. So we'll see how that works out.
So handoff. Wait, no, we hear whistles. It was going to be handoff to Cohen Blunt.
They never called. They never put it into play.
Right.
And so.
Yeah, they never wound the clock and put it into play. Maybe.
Yeah,
so
they never whistled the ball to put in play. But I don't remember. I don't know if now I hear the whistle, but
Panther fans are not happy, but they got to understand the whistles. Yeah. They have to wind the clock.
Yeah.
And they
you can't go on you just because you want to go.
Right.
You have to wait.
And they saw a big hole for Cohen Blunt, right?
Yeah.
So
there it is, third and short.
Third and short. Helford under center. Hands it off. Same play. Cohen Blunt. He fights through. And he is brought down. But, boy, if he's not brought down there by Travis Malbu III, he's in the end zone.
Yeah, here's the replay on that one. As you see the line, just Cohen Blunt gets a little alley and he gets right through the phone booth and comes out. Good job. I'll just have to, now for the Panthers, they just have to continue, getting, off the ball just like that. If you do those quick hitters like that, I think we're fine. It's just those plays that take a little while to develop.
That's right. 1st and 10 from the ball at the 23. Same play. Cohen Blunt. They stand him up though this time, and but not after. He gets a couple yards.
He gets probably 3 to 4 yards on it. He gets 3 yards on that play, and that's what we call for, at least 3 yards in the slot tee. And he's averaging over 5.5 yards per carry, and so the big thing for the Panthers here. If they can punch this in and get that extra point, they can go and take that lead.
So here we go, 2nd and 7, Helford under center. Trotty in motion, he hands it off late. That's Colorado Kenaway. He's going to get it away and in the end zone. Panther touchdown. So nice motion. You saw the entire defense kind of go to the right. And then Colorado Kenaway, almost a delay, draw handoff to the left.
Yeah.
So big extra point here for Soto.
Let's see if we get the field goal camera, sideline camera.
Tied at 13, pending the extra point.
Let's see if we get.
Kick is down, and it is no good.
Oh, man, to tie this thing up.
So that was very similar to the first one. And both teams missed their extra point.
Right.
And
so they now we're at 13-3, but 2 minutes and 36 seconds left. So we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back.
All right, we're back. 13-13 here in the second quarter. 2:36 left. It is tied ball game, and both teams have had 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns, and 2 missed extra points.
Oh, just unbelievable. But, could have been a lot worse, so I'm okay.
Right.
13-13.
Hank's over here. I had the defibrillator on him. No, just kidding. But that was a tough pill to swallow because that could have been huge.
Right.
Kickoff, slow roller, number 12. He's got some room. He's going to cut back. He's going to have excellent field position. He's finally going to be pulled down in Panther territory. So nice return there for the Apaches. Apaches
Yeah.
do have all their timeouts, 2:27 left. They're in Panther territory,
I don't know if we have the replay on that one.
which is huge because the
Yeah,
Panthers, I mean,
now you give them the field position here, and so it's
which is big if you're a Gonzales fan,
Right.
because Panthers received the second half kickoff.
right.
So
That was a little quick we had on the replay there, right?
so ball's at the Panther 43 is where they're going to spot it. Hoffman in shotgun motion. He's going to fake the jet sweep. Hoffman's going to keep it. He's got some room. And he gets a nice gain down to about the 34-yard line of the Panthers.
Yeah, the Panthers tried to strip the ball from him after they got, but good game tackle, but not until after he got 9 yards down the field. But, you know, not giving up the great big play, but giving up too big of yardage, you know, right now. And again, the defense is going to have to make plays in the backfield as they did at one series.
Handoff to Ramirez. No, I'm sorry, that's Clack. He's got some room. He's got his jersey. He's drugged down. Is he out of bounds? He is.
Oh.
Wow.
Yeah, Waz, I think, saved a touchdown there, you know, like, oh, man, he grabs the jersey. I believe it was Waz, but
Yeah.
he grabs the jersey and was able to slow him down, or the undershirt, you know, so.
Right.
Oh, my goodness. If he doesn't grab that shirt, I think Clack would have been gone
So
on that play.
Clack goes out.
Yeah.
So that's good news for the Panthers.
Yeah.
Ramirez comes in, a running back. So they're going to hand it to Ramirez. Ramirez off the right side. Cade Pugh with the tackle, but it's right. He's going to be tackled right about the 15.
Yeah, Cade Pugh and Brighton was first in there, almost in the backfield to make that so.
2nd and 7, 1:12 left. They hand it back, and that's huge. That's Brighton bringing him down, so that's going to bring up 3rd down. I would assume the Apaches are going to call timeout. They do.
And where Brighton come from, he came from the left defensive tackle side and was able to move around. So there's a timeout there that was used by Gonzales. And so now, I believe it was Gonzales, yeah.
Yes.
And so now we'll take a quick timeout too, and I guess we'll be right back after
All right.
this.
Sounds good.
Hey, conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo.
You see my kid?
Yeah.
Here we go, Hoffman. Shotgun, he's turning, he's rolling right. He's got room, he's got some green grass. He cuts back, he's hit around the 10.
Woo.
And he's going to be short, it looks like, on the
yeah.
first down. That was 3rd and 6.
Yeah, it's gonna be another timeout by the Apaches.
It's going to bring up 4th and about 1, maybe
look-
1.5, Hank.
Yeah, we'll keep it here. During
Yeah,
this
keep it
time
here.
out. So what we're saying is going to be 4th down and 1. Apaches just took their timeout.
So they got 1 left.
1 left, and we got 52 seconds on the clock. So they only have 1 timeout left.
So what do you do here, Hank?
I mean,
your kicker's already missed an extra point.
Yeah,
I
run the ball. I mean,
Yeah.
even though with that 1 timeout, I run the ball.
You got the-
you know, or you can do the bubble screen that we've seen before. So here we go.
So you got 1 timeout left. The ball rests at the 10-yard line.
Right.
52 seconds. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Yeah, they're not going to kick.
Yeah, I'd run the ball, get the first down because there'll be a stoppage of the clock. You could either clock it, so that's why I'd run the ball.
So shotgun formation. There's Hoffman. He's got motion. He fakes the motion. He's got it. He's got the first down. But he's down, and he's going to have to hop up here quickly.
Yeah, as soon as they spot the
Yeah.
ball, they'll run the clock.
So
they could either take the timeout or they could clock it here.
So it's 45 seconds left. They roll the clock. They do have plenty of time. The ball's going to rest at about the
Right.
8-yard line, and it will be 1st and goal. They're going to hand it to Ramirez. He's swarmed by the – and, you know, the Panthers are doing a great job here, kind of bottling up the run. Ramirez runs it up the middle, and they've made some adjustment, the Panthers have,
Yeah, Kate Pugh came in there and just did a great job of making that tackle, just wrapping up and coming in from that off that defensive inside and coming in.
So 25 seconds left. Apaches used their final timeout, okay? 13-13, second down, ball at the 7-yard line. I don't know, you may have to go to the air, I think, almost.
Yeah.
If you're the Apaches, if you want to score. Now, if you're the Panthers,
Yeah,
you almost want to see them run the football.
Yeah, but you want to see them run but not score.
Right.
And so that's that's why I'm not the head coach for Gonzales right now, because I'd throw the ball. I would be able to at least put the quarterback in a position to where he could see the landscape and then put it in there.
And if you throw the ball, you got 2 shots, right?
Right.
And then you can kick the field goal.
Right.
Because if they're incomplete,
right,
and you got 25 seconds, so that's what I'm doing if I'm Gonzales. But we'll see.
Yeah, big play right here coming up.
Shotgun formation. Clack's back in the game. They're in a funky formation. Let's see what they do. Hoffman's got some time. The ball's tipped.
Oh, it's
knocked down. Incomplete. It falls incomplete. He had a receiver, but you know what, Hank? I think that was good for them.
Yeah.
If you're an Apache fan, that was great, because I think if it was caught, I'm not sure if he scores.
That's right. And I was going to say that by the ball hitting the ground here, it is not one of those things that you have to, worry about a little bit, with it hitting the ground, that is.
So the ball,
there's the replay.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think because there's 3 Panthers there, right? I mean, unless he just makes a Houdini move and gets in the end zone. So
there is a player down on the field.
There is a player down, so let's see. So this is not a timeout. Panthers have all 3 timeouts. 13-13 tie. 20 seconds left in the first half. The ball's resting at the 7-yard line. 3rd down. You basically got to play if you're Gonzales. Now, if you get a sack.
Right. The game could be, or the half could be over.
It could be, yeah. It just depends.
How quick they can get up and get to the line of scrimmage to clock it, yes.
If you could. Well, no, I mean, it's 3rd down, so if you clock it.
You're going to be at 4th down. So, I mean, but you still have the opportunity. Oh, you can't clock it on the next play. So, you have to run a play.
You're going to have to either throw it in the end zone.
Right.
Really, if you're a Gonzales. So 3 receivers to the far side. Hopping the shotgun, he looks. It's going to isolate. He's going to throw, and he throws it too far. The pass is incomplete.
Yeah.
And so it looked like he had a receiver open, but he threw it.
Yeah, it's actually 15 seconds remaining here. Yeah, look, the receiver came open late as the let me see who it was.
It was Hunt. It was Damian Hunt. They were trying to get the number 1.
Right, but Hudson Jenner kind of looked back into the backfield, and that's when the receiver out. So now we got the kicker out with the wind behind him now. The wind is blowing pretty hard right now.
So they're going to – the ball is going to be set at about the 13. So this will be a 23-yard field goal. The kick is up, and it looks good.
Oh, wow.
So Gonzales will take the lead, it looks like, into halftime, unless the Panthers can do something on the kickoff.
So we'll keep it here as we get ready to see what the Panthers can do with the last 15 seconds on the clock.
So Panthers trail 16-13 here in the first half. Gonzales has had the ball 3 times, 2 touchdowns, 1 field goal. Panthers have had the ball twice and scored both touchdowns on both drives. But they are down. Both teams missed extra points. Score right now 16-13 Apaches with 15 seconds pending the kickoff here in the first half.
Yeah, now the Panthers, with this little bit of time, you don't, I don't think you're going to do much of anything with it. We're just going to go in. I would.
I would too.
But watch out for any kind of weird squid kick or, kicking an onside as we've seen before.
So back deep is Trotty, and can't see the other number. So that's going to be caught by Matt Villanueva,
Yeah, Matt Villanueva goes out of bounds.
He
Yeah,
just
with
runs
1
out of-
second. Yeah.
Yeah, just 1 second, and
Off
he
the
runs out of
clock.
bounds. And it does look like Colt Brown is missing tonight, folks.
Yeah.
Probably the best receiver that the Panthers have had the past several games. I'm not sure. Sounds like an injury with him, but so that's an athlete that the Panthers could use tonight.
Somebody turned on their mic. It sounds like off of one of our cameras, but we hear it. Hopefully y'all don't hear it out there.
Okay, so the Panthers are going to hand the ball off up the middle. Colorado Kenaway, and that should be the last play of the first half. But wait a minute, no?
No. Panthers call the timeout?
Panthers call a timeout.
Yeah. So here we
They put 2 seconds back on the clock. The Panther fans requested those extra 2 seconds there. So looks like they put it 1 second back on the clock.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it matters, Hank, because
right.
but we'll see. Maybe they are trying to kick and get into field goal, or throw a long pass and get into field goal range here.
If you make a big play there, yes, sir.
So now they go back to 9 seconds. It was 8, now it's back to 9.
Right.
It was 7, 8, now it's 9. So should make Panther fans happy there.
Right.
I couldn't tell, so. So 2nd down and 4, 16-13 here. Let's see what the Panthers do. No, they're going to hand it off. So,
oh man,
Colorado
tries again.
Kenaway hands it off,
Final play of the half.
and that's going to be the end of the first half.
And
with the Apaches up 16-13 going into half.
I'll tell you what, too, is we'll go ahead and go right into Coach Blunt's interview that we were going to have pregame. We'll go into that, and we'll come back and we'll get stats, and we'll watch the Panther band a little bit as well.
So we'll see you back here in a couple minutes. Enjoy the interview.
Good evening, folks. This is Hank Dietert for Navarro Panther Network, down on the field with Coach Rod Blunt. Coach Blunt, glad to have you down here.
Yes, sir. Glad to have you covering us again.
All right, Coach. Well, first of all, congratulations on the big win over Gerald. And want to say that now you'll have to take a look and see how you can take away some of the really positives and how you're going to carry that over into the Gonzales game.
Yeah, it was good to finally get a win. The kids have been playing hard in every ball game, and to put it all together was great to see that, and them come away with the win, see them jumping up and being excited on the sideline. But we talked about it. It's a building block. It's not something we're not there yet. We can't relax. We got to continue to grow, continue to work hard, and take that next step. And they look good in practice this week. Guys are still focused and driving, and so we're excited to see us take that next step this week against a very good Gonzales team.
Yeah, now talking about Gonzales, they have a Tyler Hoffman playing quarterback, and he's been a type of quarterback that can use his skills with the a zone read or RPO, and he does it well. So what are some of the things you're going to have to do to contain him and contain their backs and wide receivers?
We gotta make sure we're on our man the entire time. We can't. That's option football. It's triple option football, so you got to take care of it, and he does a great job of it. He does a great job with his reads, so hopefully we can make give some different looks and confuse him a little bit. But mainly, you know who you're responsible for, and you got to stick to him and go make that tackle no matter what, because 22 is a heck of a running back, and when they put 2 back there, he's explosive as anybody we've seen.
So now, Coach, on your offensive side, what have you seen from the defense of Gonzales that's going to concern you?
Number 0 definitely is their standout guy. Heck of a ball player, but those great big defensive tackles and in the middle. They make it hard to run around. They take up a lot of space, come off the ball, and they have 4 or 5 of them that they rotate in, and all are big and come off the ball really well. And then number 2 again at safety, he's a downhill runner and makes some big plays. So we got to do a great job of being disciplined this week, of carrying out our fakes and trying to slow down some of that defensive speed.
Well, Coach, one thing I do want to point out from last week against Gerald that hopefully you'll be able to carry on is the offensive line, the continuity now and the camaraderie and everything that you're seeing from that front line being together for the last 2 weeks or so is really seems to be coming together.
Yes, sir, and it was great to get Craig Hyman back, get him next to Cade Pugh. They dominated on that quick side of the offensive line and allowed for some big runs. So it was great, and Carlisle coming back for us after being out the week before. It was big, and it was great seeing them have some success and them driving and moving people out of the way. I'm very excited how they played last week.
All right, Coach. Now, with special teams, is there concerns on the Gonzales side that you have with their speed?
Yes, sir. Yeah, they have some burners back there, so we got to do a great job covering, and I thought we did an awesome job. That's the best that I've seen probably in a couple of years with our kickoff coverage, flying down the field, good deep kicks, and staying in our lanes and making tackles. We got to continue to do that, and always we're trying to find a way to steal a possession or steal a score on a special team.
All right, Coach. And so now your 3 keys to victory for the game against Gonzales.
We got to come out hot. Gonzales is a team that if you let them get rolling, they're going to take off and they're going to put up some points quickly and fly to the ball on defense. So we got to come out playing. We got to put together a good first drive offensively, have a great stop defensively. Again, we got to control the line of scrimmage. That's where the ball game's won. Offense and defensive line have got to do it, and then special teams. We got to make a big play on special teams.
All right, Coach, we did see a nice big play last week, a 60-yarder by Colorado Ken Wade. Hope to see some more of those as well. So, Coach, good luck, and wish you all the best.
Thank you very much.
All right, Coach, thank you.
I appreciate it.
All right, this is Hank Dieter signing off.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back, and we're live here in Apache Stadium. We had Coach Blunt talk about some of the things they need to do tonight, and then we saw him do a little bit of it, but mainly control the line of scrimmage. We have Scott Kibbe that's joining us right now, and so Scott, glad you could join us and get us some of the stats. So I'm going to bring up the stats here that we talked about here just during the break, and see if we can get that up here. And So Scott, what does the story tell us right now of the stats? And you have a little bit more specifics as well.
Yeah, I give a little more. It's 8 first downs, 23 rushes, 118 yards for Navarro, 11 passing yards on 1 out of 1. They have not punted. They have not fumbled. They have 3 penalties for 20 yards. Colorado Kenway leads the way, 9 carries, 52 yards and a touchdown. Cohen Blunt, 8 for 38 and a touchdown. And then Trotty has the 1 catch for 11 yards. For Gonzales, 11 first downs, 115 yards on 24 carries. They have 31 passing yards on 5 out of 7 attempts. No punts, no fumbles, 1 penalty for 5 yards. Clack leads the way, 6 carries, 39 yards and a touchdown. Hoffman, 4 for 35. Ramirez, 11 for 34 and a touchdown. And then receiving Braden Hoffman, 4 catches, 23 yards. So.
Oh, wow. So right now we're looking at a pretty even game. I mean, obviously 16-13 by the score, and sometimes you don't see that with the score being, even to what we see with the stats. But well, what stands out, for you on these stats that, coming in, you see that's a little unexpected?
I think it's been a very clean game. It's been not a lot of penalties. Neither team has had to punt. It's a well-played game. It's what you would expect with so much on the line. Both teams know this could be the playoffs for them. I think there's good execution by the offense on both sides. I mean, they both scored on every series except the Panthers on that last drive when they only had 2 plays. What I think is really standing out is that both offenses have gotten to situations where they've gotten behind the chains,
right,
and still been able to get out of that
and overcome
jam.
it.
And one of the things with the Panthers, there's only one penalty. There's been only one offensive penalty whole game. That was on Gonzales. Navarro, all 3 of their penalties were defensive. All contributed to those scoring drives, and that's been uncharacteristic of Panthers. They haven't had a lot of penalties, period.
Right.
But especially defensive, and you certainly got to clean that up. But generally, they've cleaned up the penalties from last year. They're not turning the ball over. That's been the case most of the season. That's going to keep them keep them in ball games if they can do that.
Yeah, what surprises me is seeing no turnovers by either team, and that's kind of a bit of surprise for me. I would have thought we would have seen, pray it wouldn't have been the Panthers, but at least one of the teams make a mistake and turn the ball over. And
Right.
Both teams have just played just old-fashioned football. This looks like a game, if you take out the spread maybe, but, you look at this, and this is just old-fashioned. And I think, Lance, you hit it on the head. It's like which team is going to be more physical. And I think both of them have matched each other in physicality. Yeah. But I think what's going to be the difference is really in this second half is who's going to make the mistake, or
right.
who's not going to make the mistake.
Right.
You look at it. That's what I say. But that is the surprise for me to see that neither team turns the ball over in the first half.
Yeah, you're right. The team that does that is going to turn this game.
That's right.
If either does. But I've got to look at my numbers. It's been a while since the Panthers lost a fumble.
Yeah, it has.
They've been very good about protecting the ball this year. Let's say we're going back a few weeks at least. This is the last time they did.
Right.
Early on, they had a little bit of fumbleitis here and there, but
Yeah.
after that, they really focused on it and did well, not turning the ball over.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's right. And the problem with turnovers has been forcing those turnovers.
Right,
But,
that's right.
Last week, Gerald kind of gave them a few. You can tell they're running the slot T for the first year because some guys are running the wrong way and they were just doing all this.
Yeah, but when you have people in the backfield, that really contributes to it.
It does. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, but no. I think for me the 15-yard penalty, and we couldn't see it from here. It was a personal foul. I didn't see much, but I'm not saying it wasn't a good call or a bad call, but that really hurt the Panthers.
Right.
We had 2 really good defensive plays. We had them backed up. it was 3rd and 17 or 18, and then we almost had, Hoffman in the backfield. He scrambles out, and then,
They've been able to slip out some tackles. Panthers getting in the right place, because you think this could really be different if they could make those plays. But overall, have done a good job.
Yeah, they
Stayed
have.
away from the big play. And
no big plays, right?
Yeah. So you can't, and they got it was big down here to not give up the touchdown.
Right.
Because now you can got the ball first and second half, you go down, take the lead. You just hate that they got such a good return to give them such great field position.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to go very far to get the field goal.
Exactly right. Exactly right. Wow.
Well,
Scott, thank you for that, and we'll look forward to having you at the post game, and we hope we can be celebrating a district win at the end of this. But again, tell everybody how to find you, and what do you do for us that we can see, the wonderful work you do.
SeguinGazette.com. We'll preview next week's game on Wednesday. We'll have the game story in on Sunday.
All right. Well, thank you for that, Scott. Have a wonderful evening. We'll see you after the game.
All right. Thank you.
So a couple of scores real quick before,
Yes,
and then we'll take a break. But
Yes,
a couple of big ones here. It looks like that is it's in the 3rd quarter now. Cuero is beating Sinton now. I did a little research. Yeah, 12-3.
Yeah, and you did a little research.
Yeah, I did a little research, and both those teams are banged up.
Oh, wow.
And so there's a lot of injuries on both those teams. And I talked to some Cuero folks this week, and they were kind of like, you know what? We're pretty banged up. We're not expecting much, but boy, they're going into Sinton, and they're holding a 9-point lead. Now we'll see if it holds, but So that's. But
I don't know. Yeah,
that's really for district. I mean, whoever wins that game tonight is going to win district. That's going to affect playoff seedings.
Right.
And and affect maybe some of the teams that the Panthers could see in the second round. So
yeah, and we'll get a correction on our score here for the Lago Vista game. It's 7-0.
7-0
at halftime, though, against Smithfield. That I thought it would be up a little bit bigger than that, but is Lago falling off a little?
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing, Hank.
I'm not going to say that yet, because you never know until you play them.
That's right, but the game is looking better and better and better for the Panthers.
And that still is striking. We have it up here, too, on our score ticker, is that Wimberley is only winning 27-8 over Gerald. I don't know if that's going to be correct, because I'd like to see see if somebody can update that, because we're getting our, to be honest with you, from Texas high school football with Dave Campbell's.
And I haven't watched Wimberley in a couple weeks, but that's a comfortable lead. The thing with Wimberley is they're probably not as explosive as they've been. They've suffered a lot of offensive injuries on their offensive line, so maybe
Right.
Maybe if you're Wimberley, you kind of in control of the district, maybe you rest people.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, for the playoffs.
Yeah. I mean, Wimberley might be going through that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Yeah, it's like,
I don't know either.
But I saw that one year when Cuero was having a down year, and they were actually in our district.
Yes.
They didn't even make the playoffs that year after they won a state championship.
That's right.
And they didn't even make the playoffs the following year. We beat them as well,
Yes.
but they were getting better throughout the year. It was a little harder, but I mean, Cuero beat Wimberley that year in district. And that was surprising because Cuero hadn't been playing up. But we find out later, Wimberley had put back some of their good players to, and that game didn't matter to them.
Right.
So
you never know.
Yeah,
I mean,
that's exactly right.
You never know. If you're in control of the, and you feel like you can win the district, you could put it on cruise control and
exactly.
And you play for the playoffs, right? So.
Right. Well, we'll take another quick break here. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
All right, we're back here at Apache Field. About 10 minutes left here in the halftime show. And Hank, what are you looking for in the second half? I mean, I know we talked a little bit with Scott, but I mean, if you're the Panthers, like you said, we've done a really good job protecting the football, but I think it's about time for us on defense. You know, we're playing pretty solid. I mean, we're not giving up a big play, and we've seen some pretty good gang tackling. Both teams are just doing enough to move the ball and move the chains, but what do you think? I mean,
well, what I personally think is that when I called for it earlier, it's like we need to be in the backfield. Oh, there's just no doubt. We have to get in the backfield of Gonzales. We have to disrupt their offense, cause havoc. We can't give up those easy type of screens. And I think we're going to have to, we can't give them that big of a cushion, or they're going to take advantage of us. Just even if it's a dink and dunk show. I mean, Gonzales was very patient. That was what I was also surprised about.
I was impressed with it.
They didn't throw it deep down the field.
Yeah.
They didn't try to force it.
Yep.
They had very few incompletions,
And maybe that's because the quarterback's a sophomore. I don't know. I haven't watched a ton.
Right.
I don't know. He had time, but he, like I said, we don't know how much time because he never really forced it downfield. Or I say forced it. That's probably not the right word, but attempted to throw a deeper throw. For me, I think, it's, if I'm in there at halftime, I'm dialing something up to get them to turn the ball over. Because I think if we can turn the ball, we can get a turnover from those guys, we can change this game. Now we get the kickoff, right?
Right.
So you want to see us come down, score a touchdown, and then if we could get that turnover again, you get the lead, get that turnover, and boom, hit them again.
And defense just has to make stops. And I mean, that's just bottom line. If our defense doesn't make stops, because our offense has been productive. When you think about it, they really haven't had the ball much. Neither team has. And so when you don't have the ball but 2 times in the first half, you score on both times, you score touchdowns, what else are you going to do? So, like I said, it may come down to who has the last possession, but I think it's going to be really who's going to make that huge mistake and give up either a big play, turnover, or it could be on the kicking game, where we see a big play as well. But also, I was going to talk. We had talked about volleyball as well for volleyball bios. I didn't know if you had those handy with you, and so we were.
Do we have some?
Yeah, we have 2 of them here, and that we were.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Give
I
me
was
a second here.
Sure. I'll tell you what, we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with some volleyball bios that we were going to go over with you. So you're watching Navarro Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
The mighty Apache band.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back. We're going to do a volleyball bio. Starting off with Peyton Shimonsky. Nickname is, gosh, I don't even.
I had it as P. Jumunji.
P. Jumunji.
Yeah.
There it is. Sorry.
Name, right?
Yeah, there we go. Okay.
Cool, so cool.
Number 3, position is defensive specialist. Favorite athlete is Zoe Fleck. favorite home cooked meal is spaghetti.
Yeah, a lot of people love that.
Yeah,
My son,
there
too,
you go.
my oldest.
There we go. What is your spirit animal, Peyton? And she said tiger.
Yeah, cool.
Favorite fast food is Chipotle.
Good stuff.
Plans after high school, study physical therapy, and hopefully play volleyball. Favorite saying is, I just want to be part of your symphony.
That's awesome.
Favorite motivational quote, you can always change your mind. If you can change your mind, you can change your life. Sorry, folks. That's a good one. And then 3 things funny or unique about Peyton Szymanski is, I'm in band. Okay.
I guess.
Did not know that.
All right. That's cool.
I can ride a hoverboard like a, does that say worm?
Yeah, like a worm.
Like a worm.
Yeah. I guess the hoverboard worming, I guess.
Yeah,
that's pretty
I gotcha.
cool. Yeah.
And I like to read.
Yeah.
I do know that. She is a big reader.
Yeah,
so.
that's good.
Yeah,
that's
that is good.
very good.
Okay, the next one is.
Oh.
No.
You see, so I didn't get that up there. I'll get that up there.
Hang tight. I'm gonna find her bio as well. So.
we're on the fly here.
Right. That's okay. We got time.
We'll get that up here for her. And the next one will be. Here she is.
I need to. Okay, Minka. All right. Sorry, folks. I'm scrolling through as fast as I can, and I don't see. Hold on.
Oh. Yeah, I know it's
hard. There's
it's
12
there,
volleyball
yeah.
girls, and I'm scrolling through them all here, and I don't see her.
Yeah. Well, I have it here if I can find it for you.
And the girls, well,
yeah.
They look like they wrinkled them up in their backpacks.
Yeah.
So, I don't have hers. So,
okay.
So I will just go from. I'll fly off the cuff.
You're
Nickname is Minka.
Yeah.
Favorite athlete, Madison Skinner.
Yeah.
Favorite home meal, we haven't heard this one, is pulled pork sandwich. Plans after high school, attend Texas A&M University and become a veterinarian.
Oh, wow.
So,
yeah, that's really
Minka,
cool.
if you know
right?
me, come talk to me. I do work with veterinarians, and
yeah.
And so, yeah, absolutely.
Let's see. And I had some of the fun facts here if I could find them somewhere.
And then favorite saying, and we apologize for this, Minka. For some reason, I don't have your bio here.
Yeah.
Favorite saying is YOLO. You only live once. So, and let's see if we can pull up this final.
Oh, no. Let's see. Here we go. I'm going to get those up, and we'll get those.
There she is.
There.
Okay.
Right there.
All right. So, she's number 14. Favorite athlete, Madison Skinner. Pulled pork sandwich. What is your spirit animal? We haven't heard this one, Hank.
Yeah.
Raccoon.
That's cool.
Nice. I like that one. Favorite fast food, Whataburger, which I'm surprised wasn't on the list more. Plans after high school, attend Texas A&M, become a vet.
Yeah.
Favorite motivational quote, if it doesn't challenge you, it doesn't change you.
Yeah, that's cool.
3 things funny or unique about Minka. She's from South Africa. She's bilingual, and she's in her 3rd year of volleyball.
Well, that's awesome.
That is incredible.
Yeah,
Considering
she's a freshman, right?
She's
is that accurate?
Yeah, I think so.
That's it.
And she's
Wow.
her 3rd year in volleyball. That means she's got a bright future.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I mean, that's quite an accomplishment to be on varsity and only playing volleyball for 3 years. So, all right, that's gonna wrap up our volleyball bios for the year. Maybe next week at homecoming, I don't know. Maybe we can get a couple of volleyball players up and maybe a couple seniors come up and talk to us about about volleyball.
Yeah,
and
maybe we can.
Looking towards the playoffs and what they think. So
yeah, and when we were in radio before, we actually back when they went to the Final Four, the group I believe was also in 2016 because we had 2 teams go to the semifinals that year. It was volleyball, the volleyball girls, the Lady Panthers that year. We had a couple of girls there that came up and joined us in the booth. It challenged the boys to make it to the semis because volleyball is always a little ahead of football.
Right.
And sure enough, the boys made it to the semifinals that year in football. So
that's right.
It was a good challenge between those and the same fall sports. So
yeah.
You know, in the same, fall I'm talking about. So
2016.
2016, yes.
All right, here come the Panthers. We're here for the awaiting the second half, and Panthers will receive the football here out of the second half, and you got to like the Apache tunnel. They've got the Apaches, and they've got the come and taken cannon.
On
the top of their.
Like I said, this is Texas Independence birthplace was right here. When
I don't know if we can get a shot of that. Well, no,
it's all right.
Yeah,
not a big deal.
Not a big deal.
But it is a come and take it with the cannon on the top for the Gonzales Apaches. So there they are coming out on the field.
So 16-13 Apache lead here over the Navarro Panthers here in Gonzales, Texas, here at Apache Field.
Yeah, and Panthers haven't been, we talked about, like I said, both teams have been physical. It's just a matter of, it just doesn't seem like one team has been able to come out and really take control of the game. And I thought the Panthers would have done that by now, but their defense has to, it's up to the defense to make the stops. And not keep not let Gonzales drive down the field. Hopefully the Panthers do get the ball. They retain the possession here, no matter if it's an onside or not. As long as they can get possession, take it down the field and score a touchdown and take the lead, I think we'll be in good shape if our defense makes that big stop.
That's right. That's right. No,
get off the field, as they would say.
That's right.
You hear coaches all the time, even our coaches yelling, "Get off the field, make a play," is what they're saying.
So I did get a message,
Uh-oh.
and I thank you, Mikey Whitlow, for the message. Let me know that Colt Brown is in Florida for baseball.
Oh.
And if you don't know, Colt Brown is committed to the University of Louisiana D1 scholarship for baseball. So good for him.
Yeah, I got you.
So here we go. Panthers, or Apaches kicking off. Panthers deep for the Panthers is number 5, Dylan Trotty. And Trotty will receive the kickoff back at his 5-yard line. He cuts back. He's got a lane, but he's brought down there quickly. Someone got his arm, twisted him to his side, and
wasn't a bad run back.
Wasn't bad at all, considering he caught it at his 5.
Right.
And so he returns it out to the 22-yard line, and that's where the Panthers will start the second half.
Go ahead and show the starting offense as well again. Let's see if that will.
All right. Well, here we go. This is a big half for Panther football here in 2024. So let's go Panthers. Helford under center. He hands it off up the middle, and he is met rudely by the Panther defense. Trotty's popped hard. I think that was number 6.
Yeah, the Apaches came in and read that play as soon as they read Trotty all the way. They knew he was getting the ball. I don't know what keys and what gave it away, but they knew it, and they went right after Trotty on that particular play. Now, you talked about Guetta coming in as swingman. You get one of the bigger kids that can, block on that swingman side. Usually you'll see that play that run to Kenway.
And that's sure enough what they did. They handed it to Kenway, and Kenway stopped, but he's
he's
pulling the.
That is huge.
Yeah, that was impressive because Guerra comes in, Kenway gets the ball, he seals it off. It looks like, though, Kenway cuts inside of Guerra's block.
That's what he looked like there on that play.
Yeah.
He was just chugging down the track there.
He was dragging about 3 Apaches.
What strength for a young man. That you look at his stature, you're going, yeah, he's not big enough to do that.
Right.
But it's about leg drive and, that leg strength.
Right. So that's going to bring up a 3rd and 4. He's going to hand it off again. Now, again, that's Kenaway. And Kenaway's up.
Ooh,
the ball is out.
Oh, I don't think yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, first down, the Panthers.
First down, Panthers. It looked like, but it looks like he was down. And it will be Panther football, so not to alarm everyone. But
yeah, it looked like the ball came out a little late, but it was still, I don't know.
He was down. Panther first down. Panthers got the ball. 10-16 left here.
Yeah.
And clock counting. Ball on the 35-yard line. So.
Yeah, now, notice we had some linemen switch around. Well, I'll talk about it here after this play.
Panthers split out too. They hand the ball off. That's Peyton Helford. He's gone. He's going. Will he be caught? He's outrunning clock. Number 2 to the end zone, and he's in the end zone for a Panther touchdown. Wow. So David Clack is outrun by Peyton Helford. No flags on the play. And
wow.
Peyton,
yeah, look at this, and the replay looks how he just is able to maneuver his way without, being.
Yeah, that was impressive because the play went to the right. Peyton cut back, saw the lane, and just took off. And huge run there.
Wow, and I was just about to talk about the difference that we had in the line where we had Beltran move over to center, and Chris Ledesma was out on that right tackle side. So
snap down, kick up. It's good. Panthers go up 20-16 after the long touchdown run there by Peyton Helford.
Yeah, so we'll be right back after we take this break. You're watching Navarro Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network. Go to commercial. Okay, too late. All right. Are we back? Guess we're back. So yes, sir. Yeah.
Here we go. So 9:48 left. Huge 65-yard run there by Peyton Helford, showing off his speed.
Right.
He showed it off against Wimberley and does it again. I mean,
oh yeah,
just impressive. I mean, when you're out running.
Clack,
Clack.
David Clack, that's something else.
I mean, Peyton Helford's a junior. Clack's a sophomore. Helford a sophomore. Clack a junior, but yeah, that just incredible grit and speed there by the youngster quarterback for the Panthers. So Panthers are going to kick off. That's Hyman, and he tries to squib it, and he's bottled up. He returns it about 10 yards, and then he's pulled down, gets out across the 35-yard line. We'll see where they mark it, probably around the 36 of the Apaches.
Yeah,
but a huge play there.
Yeah, I mean, just huge play to not let, and the ball was hesitated. The receiver, return man, was a little hesitant with the ball, and when you do that, you allow the Panthers to make better coverage. But going against that wind and that kick, I'm assuming that's why they went with the squid kick as opposed to going with the deep ball or trying to kick it deep. Because I know Carlos Soto can kick it fairly deep, and so I just think that the ball would hang too long, and they wanted to make sure that they get some good coverage.
So they hand off, goes up the middle. I'm sorry, that's Hoffman. He keeps it.
Yeah,
and he's going to run out of, and he gets about 12 on the play.
Yeah,
and something we haven't talked about yet is the Panthers are going to have the wind in the fourth quarter. So
right, yeah, we have talked about that, and that's going to be that's going to be a big deal if you're behind for Gonzales. So because they'll have to go into the wind.
That's right. So they snap the ball. There is a penalty. I'm sure if they snapped it when he was in the neutral zone, it looked like they might have snapped it, but
we'll see.
Let's see what the judge is.
I will think it was encroachment because it looked like Brighton-Camp came over a little early, and I know the fans aren't going to be happy with that, but I don't know if we have the replay on it or not to show whether.
And you hear Coach Blunt down there telling his players, watch the football.
Too late. Yeah. So now you got to watch the football and be aware of it. Don't go by the clap or the sounds on it.
Yeah, so 1st and 5 for the Apaches. They are in Panther territory at the 48-yard line. Hoffman, Clack, they throw it out to Clack. He's in motion. He catches it. He's looking for a lane. He finds a lane, and he's thrown down rudely, though.
By Was.
Waz.
No, you ain't coming over here. And
After a short gain. So,
yeah, still a second down and a third down and short, isn't it? Coming up, or is it
second down
I'm
because they had
sorry.
1st and 5.
Yeah.
So 2nd and 2.
Yeah.
So the Panthers do a good job there, not to let Clack find some daylight. So Hoffman runs it up the middle. He's going to have the 1st down to a Panther 40. He just fakes it and keeps it.
Right, just enough though. And one thing I have to point out is Galini has been playing all over the field. I mean, he has been attacking from. He has to go out and make a tackle on the sideline. He's coming in and making it. He's all over the place tonight, and we've called his name quite a bit on the defensive side.
So good job by Braddock Galini. 1st and 10 for the Apaches on the Panther 41-yard line.
Now,
and again, it looks like the Apaches move.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They was not over the line, so there should not be any encroachment. This should be a false start. Yes, it is.
So that'll bring up 1st and 15. With 8:29 here, Panthers up 20-16 here in the 3rd. This is the Apaches' first possession of the second half, and for the most part, each team has scored on every possession except for the possession right before the half. The Panthers got the ball with 15 seconds left. They're going to hand it off straight up the middle, and Clack is tackled rudely there, and he's going to lose a bunch of yardage.
Yeah, here's the replay on it as we look. Sully and Vogel comes in, and then you see right there, Vogel by him coming in, running into, and also that was number 44 as well.
That's Melton. Eli Melton.
Eli, yep. He came in and made a big play as well.
So it's 2nd and long, real long. They're going to snap it. They're going to throw it. Got the receiver open. That's number 1, Hunt. He's got some room. He gets around the corner, and he's gone. That's it, folks.
Yep. That's what you're worried about.
Yeah, that's the speed that you worry about if you're a Panther fan. And he was open, just did a little button hook, caught the ball, found some daylight around, got the edge. Good replay.
Yeah, and the missed tackle there.
Yeah, and
then he's just gone. Yeah, and you had said it before he'd even turned that corner. He's gone.
Yeah. So you can see a good angle from where we're at. So the Apaches get the extra point.
Boy, is it going to be who has the ball last that will win this game, huh? It's almost what it's looking like right now.
So that was huge because it was 2nd and 17, 18.
Yeah.
And so that one hurts a little bit. But Panthers made a big play. Now it's
Yeah.
second half, it's big plays.
Yeah.
Panthers make a 65-yard touchdown. And then Gonzales returns the favor here on about a 50-plus yard touchdown pass.
So now with the Panthers set to receive, now it's their turn. So, before you know it, we're going to have this game in the, in the 40s if we keep this up. Now, especially on the big plays going on.
Right.
Lago Vista 14, Smithville 0.
So if y'all didn't hear that, that's Lago Vista 14-0 over Smithfield now.
Yeah.
So Apaches will kick off from their own 40. 7:27 left here. We have a barn burner here in Gonzales, Texas, Apache Field. Just like we expected.
Yeah, this is kind of what we expected. You see both these teams moving the ball and scoring.
A little pooch kick. Oh, and it's caught. Villanueva jumps on it, or tries to fair catch it, but he had to run up to fair catch it. So
I don't know if we have it here on the replay. Nope.
So should be good field position for the Panthers. They're going to have the ball around their own 33-yard line. So second possession here in the second half for the Panthers. scored on it was about a 65-yard run.
Yep.
For a touchdown where Peyton Helford showed off a little, some wheels.
And those were the keys that they were looking, remember, they were looking at it. The Gonzales looked at it, but when he pulled it and it was that quarterback keep, that was a big play.
Helford under center, he hands off Colorado Kenaway on the jet sweep. He hits the corner, and he's going to be pulled down, but not after a Panther first down. Out about the 45-yard line, and you could see that one coming.
Yeah, right here's the replay.
And Cohen Blunt gets a nice block there to kind of spring him.
Yep, gets the kick out. Trotty had gotten a little bit of a seal on the inside, and that's where it opened up. And you got to have your backs involved, too, in blocking, that's for sure.
Ball at the 44. Helford under center, in motion. Fakes it. This time it goes to Blunt up the middle. And Blunt's punishing people. Yes, he punishes them enough for another Panther first down.
Yeah, it is. With Wimberley now taking a commanding lead 34-8 in the third quarter over the Gerald Cougars. And then you have the, as you mentioned, Lago Vista up 14-0 over Smithfield Tigers.
So here you go, 11-yard gain there for Blunt. Ball rest of the 45-yard line. Helford hands it off. That's Blunt again. Blunt up the middle, and I mean, he is abusing Apaches here tonight.
Yeah, he's staying low that time, and and able to get his right shoulder, lower than most of the linemen, and able to get that push. And hey, when you get 6 yards on first down on a slot team, you're doing well, And if you could get you could continue that. It's a matter of being consistent.
Well, and that's the question, Hank. I mean, are they getting tired? Are the Apaches getting a little tired?
Right.
Helford fakes it. He's got the follow. Same play he scored on. He punishes a couple of them. He's out. He's got another Panther first down inside the 30-yard line of the Apaches.
Yeah, coming into this game, and you look what Helford had real quick, and I'd show him, I mean, he had already 312 yards passing, but 327 rushing coming into this game.
Right. So he's pushing close to 400.
Yeah, after some of the runs he's had tonight, that's definitely.
And maybe over. Hands it off this time. That's Colorado Kenaway, and Colorado gets a nice sizable gain. So the Panthers are starting to pick up yardage in chunks.
One of the own players of Gonzales on that play, ran into his player trying to make the tackle on there, and man, he hit his own player pretty hard. I think it was number 5 that was the recipient of that hit, and that was for Gonzales, Braylon Jones.
And I tell you, the wind is
it's really picked up.
It's really picked up here in Gonzales. He hands it off again. That's Blunt. Blunt looks like.
Yeah, he's got the first down.
Got the first down and more. 4:35 left. Well, 4:36 left here in the third quarter. 23-20 Apaches after the Apaches' big play, but boy, they cannot stop the Panther offense right now.
Oh, yeah.
The Panther offense is rolling.
Yeah, I mean, and they're mixing it up between all their backs,
They are.
Especially I like the idea of them faking it to one, and Peyton Helford keeping that ball. That's one of my favorite plays, and a lot of times we call it a follow because they're actually following the back they're supposed to hand it to. But this time they've changed it up a little bit.
Peyton just quarterback sneak, but he's going to be. That's probably the.
I don't know what they were seeing there, that there was something there that keyed in to say, hey, we want to try to quarterback sneak it, but only getting a half yard on first down play on a quarterback sneak is not what you want to see from the Panthers.
Yeah, and the Panthers haven't really had a bad offensive play here in the second half.
That's right.
And that's probably the worst one there. So.
Yeah, they just have to, as we talked about, they have to get a stop on defense as well, but you have to go in and score, take the lead.
So here we go. It's going to bring up 2nd and 10. Ball on the 17-yard line. 3:23 and counting here in the third. My name is Lance Blackburn. I'm joined by Hank Dieter. We're here in Gonzales, Texas. And there's another one. And
well, I don't know why would that be.
They snapped the ball.
Yeah, and it was just because not everybody else moved. I didn't see anybody move.
Right.
Let's see if we find the Whitehead here. He's calling a false start against the Panthers. But I think when you snap the ball early, I don't know if we have that on replay if we go back to that.
That is not a penalty to my knowledge, because when you snap the ball and go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we had the right guard there. So
I was going to say the left guard didn't move at all.
Right. The right guard moved just a hair early. That was a good shot, by the way. Thank you for that. And these are students, and that's why we have here the little QR code to donate to the club.
So if you're sitting on your couch back in Geronimo, please donate tonight, because you didn't have to make the trek out to the stadium.
That's right.
The students are bringing this to your living room.
That's right.
Handoff, Trotty. He's around the corner. He's got Cohen Blunt leading the way. He's using his speed, gets around the corner, pushed out of bounds.
See where he gets to, where they're going to spot it, because he's real close to the first down.
Real close.
Yeah, he's going to be right at it. It's going to bring up that third down, and Trotty did the right thing by reading that block off of Blunt, and he took his time to read it there.
And that was I was going to say, that was really good by Trotty.
And that's what we talked about earlier, is we're going to have to attack the edges, and we're going to have to continue to attack the edges for the most part. I know Blunt's gotten good yardage up the middle, but we've got to work from both sides. I think in this game we have to work outside in, and I think we're doing a good job of that.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and 1. Helford under center. He hands it off to Blunt. Blunt's going to have the first down for the Panthers. So we're going to have 1st and goal. Ball was at the 9. He's down to the 6.
1st and goal from the 6. Lance, this is football. There you go. Down by 3 points, 23-20. And the Panthers have to score. In other words, they have to score. There's no doubt here.
Yeah, and I'm feeling pretty confident they will. So they're moving the ball quite nicely. Handoff here, Colorado Kenaway. He's going to be stopped short.
Got tripped up a little bit there.
Yeah, he got tripped up. Otherwise, it looks like he'd be dancing in the end zone, knocking his head off the goalpost right now. But
I like that. That's funny.
Yeah.
So, now on that play though, you're going to watch Gonzales here in a lot. You know, if they see the ball going anywhere close to inside, they're submarining. And what I mean by submarining, they're dive bombing down low below the knees of the linemen, trying to take out the ability of the lineman to go downfield to make a block. And so we see that a lot on goal line plays, but right now this is basically a 2-point conversion attempt for the Panthers on 2nd down and goal.
2nd and 3 from the 3-yard line. Hand it to Blunt. He goes up high. He's in the end zone. He hops up, and he's going to bump his head off the goalpost. There you go. There's the sideline camera. See if we can get that.
Yeah. Here's the replay of Blunt going in. At first he goes over, hops over, and then just continues on.
So 26-23.
There you go.
Let's see if the Panthers can make a 4-point lead. This is a big kick. You know, every point right now counts.
It matters.
1:14 left. Hold this down. It's blocked. And
it looked like he never got it.
Yeah, he never got it up real high. And looks like one of the defensive linemen got their paw on it. And unfortunately for the Panthers, though, they missed the extra point, but they got the lead. They're up by 3.
That's right.
And we'll see how that plays out.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and take a break now here. And this is the Navarro Panther Network. You're watching Panther football on. We'll be right back.
Second part 28, Shiner St. Paul 6.
Panthers huge drive there and methodically go down the field up 26-23. The kickoff, Craig Hyman bounces it to number 5. Number 5 just catches the ball and hops on the ground. And that was Breland Jones, the sophomore from Gonzales.
Now, they have a lot of sophomores on this team.
Boy, they do. I counted up the other day. I can't remember, but it was over 10. And they've got several freshmen playing too. So looks like 3 or 4 3 freshmen. But you're right, Hank. This is a young football team. Gonzales has got a bright future ahead of them. 6-4 last year. They're 3-3 right now. If they win tonight, they've got a little bit of a tough schedule in front of them. But
Panthers got to get a big stop here.
So Hoffman. And there's going to be a holding call. On number 1 there. It looks like Jenner was being held by number 1, Damian Hunt.
Hoffman comes up a little bit, Tyler Hoffman that is, comes up a little bit gimpy there, but so, they're going to push him back on that hold, and you got to get him behind the chains, so they were going to get the white hat here.
So that's
head official. Yep. And that went against number 1 and one of their better receivers, Damian Hunt, too. And I mean, with this group, it's a very talented group. I think they've had some, just some bad luck throughout the season on some of their losses, but they're not a bad offensive team, I would say.
No.
At all.
No, not at all. So that's going to bring up 1st and 18. Ball rest at the 32-yard line. He's going to hand off to Hunt on a jet sweep. He tries to cut back, but there's a host of Panthers. He does gain a couple yards, but boy, good defense there by the Panthers.
Yeah, Panthers, Ian Gonzales, and then Bochart there, the Shark, and so brings up a 2nd down, and it's going to bring about, I'd say, 16 here.
Well, they woke up in Sinton, because Sinton's up 23-12 now, and it looks like they're shutting the Gobbler offense down. So made some adjustments at halftime, it looks like, Hank.
That's right. That's what it's all about, going in halftime, make those adjustments. 2nd
and 16. We got a new quarterback in here. Looks like he wants to throw, and boy, that sails on him as a receiver. Hunt looks at him and kind of puts his hands in the air and goes, hey, I'm wide open on that same pass play. I just got one.
Right, Hoffman came out here as a receiver.
Okay.
And let's see on this replay, see if we can get it in time here. As they
so that was Travis. So that was somewhat of a trick play.
Right.
Where they were trying to trick the Panthers. Doesn't work out for them. 16 seconds, 3rd and 16. Ball at the 34-yard line of the Apaches.
The stands are shaking, folks.
Big play here for the Panthers. Panther fans are on their feet. Timeout. No, he doesn't get it. And he's got the 1st down. So Dunham, the defensive coordinator, was running down the sideline trying to get the timeout. I'm not sure if he didn't have the right play call in, but you saw him run into the ref and trying to get the timeout right before the snap and didn't get it. And the Apaches.
Yeah, Jermaine Upshaw, I believe it was. He's a defensive specialist, and here he is making a big play on offense.
So that's the last final play of the 3rd quarter with the Navarro Panthers up 26-23, and the wind gusts continue here from Gonzales, Texas.
Well, let's go ahead and take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
here in Gonzales, Texas, Apache Field. Huge football game here in District 13, 4A Division II for the playoffs. Panthers lose tonight. It's going to be tough for them to get in. 1st and 10, jet sweep. Clack's got the ball, tries to cut back. He does. And he's going to get about 5, maybe 6 on the play.
Yeah, it depends on where they mark it. They're going to mark it right at the 40-yard line. So I thought he fell on a defender. It was true. And he almost got back up and was able to keep running. So it's going to be a 2nd down and 4. And the Panthers defense, again, was in the backfield, but nobody to fill from the inside out.
So that's going to bring up 2nd and 3. They're going to give him 7. He's going to fake the handoff. And he's going to have a 1st down and more. He's going to be drugged down by the Panthers. Looks like number 45, Risky, at about the 30-yard line, but that will be another 1st down for the Apaches.
Panthers have not had much of an answer when it comes to, the running game for the most part of Gonzales. Now, I know in this series, that one big play was the big play, that 3rd and 16 that was converted.
Ball to 31. Hoffman, he's going to hand off to Ramirez. Ramirez doesn't find any room. He cuts it back up, gets inside the 30, but that's going to be a short gain. 2nd and long, Hank.
Yeah, I mean, 2nd and 9 coming up here, but that was because the Panthers were able to stay home in that zone read. If you commit one way or the other, the quarterback, that's exactly what he wants you to do. But if you sit, it makes it much difficult for that quarterback to make that decision, and that was a little bit of hesitation there by Hoffman. Now you got Clackett about to it.
So motion, he's going to jet sweep, pitch the ball. I can't see who's got it, but he's got some room. And he's arm tackle there. Galini misses a tackle and allows him to get to the sideline and gain about 3 or 4 more.
Yeah, in the meantime, he almost got the ball out because that ball came up by his shoulder. And
that was Damian Hunt.
Yeah, Hunt almost lost the ball.
Yeah. So Damian Hunt, who scored earlier on a long pass play on the jet sweep.
Yeah, another we talked about, another sophomore.
So 3rd and 2 here.
Big play.
He snaps it. He's going to roll. He's got a bunch of room. He decides, he makes a move, and he fakes Risky out. Risky, poor fella fell down.
But it's like that I was up here waving, come attack. Make the quarterback make the move at that point. You got to attack him.
Yes.
Because nobody was in your area for your zone as far as a pass play goes. So you got to, at that point, you got to attack the quarterback.
Exactly. And he's a sophomore, so
there's room to grow.
Exactly. So Hoffman shakes and bakes. He cuts back again, and he's going to have good yardage. He's going to be down inside the 5-yard line. So nice run, shifting it.
Yeah.
And that's, he's a sophomore quarterback too. And so both sophomore quarterbacks are showing their moves tonight here for both teams.
Yeah, 2nd down and they're going to give it, about 4?
Right.
2nd down and 4.
Second and 4. Well, they're going to say 3 from the 6-yard line.
2nd and 3. Yeah.
Motion again from Hunt. Oh, the ball's in the air, and let's see. Well. There you go. Hunt jumps on the football, number 1, but boy, not before a huge loss.
I don't know if Hoffman is expecting it or not. I didn't quite see it. I don't know if we have that on replay, but.
So 4th quarter, the Apaches are going against the wind towards the south end zone. That was a huge play because it's 3rd down and 13, Hank.
Yeah,
the ball's on the 16.
Right. He was expecting the ball, but it just went off his hands high and went over. So
okay. So the clock is ticking. The Panthers are up by 3, and probably a good timeout if you're an Apache fan. Because,
exactly. This is they're fighting for their playoff season as well, no doubt.
Yes.
So we'll take a quick timeout with them. We'll be right back. You're watching Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back. All right, here we go. Huge set of downs here.
Now we talk about. Oh, go ahead.
No, the ball is at the 16-yard line, 3rd and 13, and Panthers up by 3. Let's see if the Panther defense can step it up and make a big play. Hoffman. Oh, and there's a flag, and it's probably going to be a legal procedure against. Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is legal procedure.
And that's going to back them up 5 more, so it's 3rd and 18. And the wind.
And the wind is picking up even more. So I would say, unless they can get, good yardage, you would not kick. You wouldn't even attempt the field goal unless you're inside the 5-yard line, or right around the 5, because this wind is just ridiculous.
And 8:44, 3rd and 18. Ball's at the 21-yard line. They need to get down to the 3-yard line for a first down. He's going to pitch it.
It's a halfback.
It looks like a halfback pass. He's swarmed. Clack's going to be pulled down and pushed out of bounds. And a huge play. The Panthers read that.
Yes. I mean, we can see him as he, and I'm sorry I stepped on you there. I got to do a better job of that, Lance.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. The ball goes back, and you can see him right away that the trajectory of the ball goes backwards. And now, do you see a punting team or a kick? Oh, they're going to try a field goal? This is going to be a fake. Because I'll tell you, in this wind, if he makes it, let's see what you calculated up to. That's going to be a 43-yard.
A 43-yard field goal into the wind. 8 minutes to go.
If you're the Panthers, you don't want to run into the kicker or get a personal penalty here.
And the kick is up, and it is no good. No good. It was close, though, Hank. It was close.
Oh, I'll guarantee it. I did not know if it went over or not. I don't know if we have the replay of it from it.
I think it was wide right.
Yeah, just wide right. I don't know if we actually caught the ball going up and through. We'll see.
Man.
We have to pan out here.
And we didn't have a rush on at all.
I don't know if we got it. Let's see. Oh, right there. No, it just went up. We just missed it, but yes. Wow. Now, but you can't relax here, Lance. I mean, you got to drive the ball and take the last 7 minutes up, but I still think you have to score to make sure to put this game away. But
yes, I would agree.
No, and we talked about this, and oh man, where's some wood? I need to knock on some wood here. I said we talked about this, like you can't commit a turnover at any point here. That was a turnover, based on a missed field goal, but it was really based on a big stop, because now they're putting the ball out at the 33 where the ball was actually kicked at, not where the ball was spotted at for the line of scrimmage, but for where it was spotted at for the actual kick on the 33. So 43-yard attempt missed barely in the wind, and you notice it went to the right where the wind was blowing.
Peyton's going to keep it, but he's drugged down. And, I mean, he had one guy.
Yep.
And number 3, that's Davian Pitts.
Yeah, Davian Pitts. I mean, what a tackle.
Yes, because if he doesn't tackle him, Hank.
Peyton had nothing but green grass, and this is actual grass, people, and not turf.
Yes.
Not artificial turf. Yeah. And, Peyton went, I thought, a little high on him if he gets that shoulder down a little bit, but – just a good job by Pitts to make the tackle, though.
Huge play there for the Apaches, because you're right. He would have ran at least a long way. So he hands it off up the middle, and
You know, and that's one of those times where, hey, you're either going to try to take the ball or you're going to try to stop Blunt. In that case, they were trying to take the ball from Blunt, and he was able to get a good run on it.
So Helford comes over to the bench and gets the play.
Yeah, as long as he goes outside the numbers, he can. As long as he doesn't step out of bounds, I believe he's.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, maybe he was checking on something.
Yeah.
Because he ran over to Blunt and told him something.
Yeah, I think he saw something, and we'll see if that comes to fruition here. And so we have.
So it's 3rd and 2. Ball's at the 41. He's under the center. He hands it off. And I think that's what he told him. He said, "Hey, the middle of the field's wide open. They're tired." That's what he told Coach.
Yeah.
Just run Cohen up the middle.
Yeah, because we had seen the middle stopped up a little bit, but now I don't know. Like you talked about it, because some of their middle guys, we're missing one of the big guys up in the middle, and that's Bourgeon. He hasn't. He went out in one play. I know that. He's been on the offense back, but he hasn't been much on defense again. So
that's right.
I don't know if they're feeling like he's too tired or what. But now we actually have a play clock. The last 2 weeks we haven't had a play clock on the field. So even ours went out. So this time we can actually watch the clock go down.
He's going to hand it. This is Trotty. Trotty's pulled down after a small gain. He's going to get a couple yards, and it'll bring up 2nd and long. I'm going to give him 3.
Right. We'll give him 3 on that one, like you said.
Panthers 5:26 and counting, and they are in no hurry.
Oh, I know. Not every time the ball is, when it's spotted, you got 40 seconds, between each play, unless it's a stoppage from a timeout or a player injury, then they go with a 25-second play clock. But otherwise, it's 40 seconds between the time the ball's spotted to the time you have to have a play, which it seems like an eternity when you're on the losing end of this. So Panthers have to come out here and just continue to move forward.
Peyton's going to keep it. He's going to the left side. He's got some room. He's cut. Oh, and they throw him down.
Yeah, the Panthers, though, get the first down.
Oh, yeah, nice play. Got another Gonzales player down. But huge play. They run the follow to the left, which we haven't seen a lot, if at all season.
Right, and this really opened up, as you saw in the replay. It really opened up because of the way that the Panthers are pulling that one side, that one guard over, but they're making a little bit of misdirection there, where everybody thinks, oh wow, here's that play that they're going to run that they normally run to the other side, and then when Helford fakes it, they're not ready for it. So.
That's right. So
right now in this timeout, the Panthers, with 4:44 on the clock, are like, oh man, what do you do here? The ball is going to be first and 10. For the Panthers, and they have it close to the 30-yard line, if not right at the 30. And it's just going to have to be the old-fashioned Panther slot tee.
Oh, yeah.
Just grind it out and go down if you have to score. But you don't, it's one of those that, you don't want to score too early. It's my feeling too. But if you score, you score. So.
Yeah, but I mean, if you score and you're up by 3, you score, you're up by 10.
Right. Yeah.
It's this game's probably
right.
over.
Yeah, if you score.
Yeah.
But I would like to see us get inside of two minutes, and then score.
I mean,
that's it's just my frame of thinking.
And I mean, they're throwing against a stiff wind. That's Cohen Blunt. He's up the middle. He's got plenty of room. The Panthers had full control of this football game.
Right.
I think if you're the Panthers, I don't even know if you.
Yeah, I mean,
you
I don't
might
know
not even need to score.
Right. But if you're going to score, you want to score well within the 2 minutes.
You just don't want to turn the football over.
Yes, that's the big point. I didn't want to say it, but yes. I'd already looked for wood earlier. Back on wood.
I mean, that's the key. I think the Panthers are in full control at this point.
Right.
The Apache defense looks exhausted, and they've done a good job of wearing them out. They're wearing out the clock now, and 3:40 and counting.
But breaking the huddle with less than 10 seconds makes it pretty tough unless you get set.
You hand it off. That's Cohen Blunt. He covers up the football. He gets the first down. And
does he get the first down too? Yep,
yes.
He gets the first down. We'll give him the old Steve
so
locomotive
that is
here.
going to be, now at this point, Gonzales is going to have to start using some timeouts.
Once they get the ball spotted, then the fan is like, turn the clock, but they should be going now.
And again,
I don't know why it's not running. There it is. But, I mean, once the ball's spotted, that's when it
should.
It doesn't matter about the chains anymore, from what I understand. Sorry.
We're in Gonzales. They're waiting until he winds the clock, Hank.
Hey, no, but, we've been accused of that too, you know. But, you watched, I'm not us personally.
Right,
but,
but no. That was the Cuero game.
Yeah.
They squealed it, but that wasn't the case.
But the official scorer, who's running the clock, actually watches that head official, and it's up to the head official.
Colorado Kenaway off to the left side. He's going to have a few yards, I think, at this point. And there we go. That's a timeout. Apaches. I was going to say, they're going to have to start using them.
Right. And that big, those stops there, but it all started with that fumble, for the Apaches off the hands. That was the big one. And then the false start after that, and then the big plays that happened.
That's right.
By the Panthers, and then the missed field goal.
And that's how tight this game's been.
Yeah,
it's 2 plays.
Unbelievable.
And it was mistakes by the Apache offense for the most part. I mean, a false start and he just took his eyes off the ball, and it hit his hands and popped up in the air, and that was it. You know. And then the Panthers made a great play there on that third down.
Right.
And then the field goal, although he missed it, it was close.
Right.
It'd be a tie football game, but I'd still like the Panthers' chances.
Yeah. All right. Right here is that it's been about who has the ball, right, and what you're going to do with the ball. But the Panthers have been able to, take advantage of every single possession in this game, and so you got to be happy. Hey, you look at there, we got the cheerleaders.
And look at that crowd.
Mascot. Yeah, look at that. Look how many came out of the Gonzales.
That's right. Hopefully we'll get that type of crowd out to Laga Vista. So. Right. In a
but
couple
next
weeks.
week, homecoming.
Yeah,
next week,
homecoming. I mean,
Can't forget about homecoming, but we want everybody to come home. Yeah, be there, meet your Panthers, have the family. Let's make it an event.
And now we're in I think a hands-off Trotty. Trotty's drugged down. That was going to bring up
third down.
About a yard.
But I tell you, still Upshaw in almost every other tackle. If you go to that right side of the Panther defense, you're seeing that Upshaw coming in and making that big stop. I mean, he's been in every tackle when it comes to playing on that side of the ball.
So the Apaches,
I would have called a timeout.
I would have called a timeout. That's what I was thinking.
They're showing down to. Up on the board is one timeout. I thought they had.
No, they got 2.
I thought they had 2, even though it.
No, that's right.
That's right.
No, because they called one down here on offense.
That's
so
right.
They do
so
only got 1 left.
It's only 1.
Yeah, well. Panthers in full control here. 3rd and 5. Helford hands it off. Cohen Blunt.
Oh yes.
He's driving. Choo-choo train.
Let's see where he got. So here it is. Yes, sir.
Yeah. I mean.
Yep. First down, Panthers.
Yeah. Not a doubt in my mind right now. Panthers are going to pull this one off tonight, folks.
Yeah, wow. They're saying 1st and goal right there at the 9-yard line.
That's
so
right.
Here's the last timeout called by the Apaches. And maybe their last call, as long as the Panthers hold on to the ball, they're pretty much let's see. The calculations are you got 40 seconds between each one, and it's a first down. This game's over.
It's
if
over.
You just take a knee.
Yeah.
Nothing fancy. You don't have to go run the ball and score.
Yeah.
And take a chance of fumbling the ball or
That's
anything.
Right.
You just do not want to do that. There's the huddle from the sideline cam. That's pretty
Look
cool.
at that.
Yeah, right there in the middle of it.
Well, and hey, and this is what the QR code does, folks.
Yeah,
It gets
yeah.
you stuff like this. So
Yeah.
we add to the network here every year, and so this is great.
Yeah, we might have the telestrator next week a little bit more, and the sideline cam. Next thing you know, we're going to be putting the cameras in the pylons at the goal line or something.
That's right. You never know. Hey, you never know.
If we get the right donate.
Donate. Give us some money. We'll do that at down at Irwin Lee Field. So.
Yeah, we'll get our tech guys there to get it all done.
So here we go. Helford under center. Snaps the ball.
Oh, I would have taken it.
Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt's he's wants more. Hank.
Oh man.
He needs to eat.
I guess.
Right.
I don't want a chance of a turnover here because let's see if you run that play, you get with the wind now coming in. I mean with that play, yeah, you get some time off the clock during the play as well, not just taking a knee, but if you now I feel like I think we can. I calculate we can take a knee right here and get it down inside 5 seconds.
Yeah, they don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, let's do it. Or they'll see if the Panthers are looking to score. They're not in victory formation.
No, they want to score.
Yep.
Cohen Blunt is short.
Oh, he's just short. So.
Well, you got tiebreakers to think about.
Yeah, that is true. Now you put it in a different perspective. Yeah, the tiebreaker with this, you had to bring that up, but yes, you're right. You made me think about it because if you do have the point differential, you get 10 points is better than 3 points, obviously.
Right.
But it's only between the teams that you're looking at that have to break the tie, and it doesn't apply to all the teams that.
That's right.
Just those. So.
That's right.
Yeah.
So.
Here it is. I'm assuming that's what the Panthers are trying to do is to get the point spread for point differential on the tiebreaker.
That's Blunt. He's in. Panther touchdown. Panther victory tonight here in Gonzales. Cohen Blunt again. 1 yard run.
Here it is on the replay down at the goal line. You see him go right across. Nice play. Well, and I agree. The only reason that you see the Panthers do that, and probably Gonzales takes it the other way, not for not understanding, and you understanding this and putting it out there that it's not to try to rub it in, it's to make sure that if we have to deal with a tiebreaker, this could be one of the big issues. So, wow, but scoring on every possession,
Panthers going for two here.
Hand it
off Cohen Blunt.
And he's in. We'll just
same play, same result, folks. 34-20, 23.
34-23.
That should do it. And again, the Panthers want that point differential.
I don't know if we got that, one on replay, but we got Coach Blunt and his son, shoulder bumping out there. So here to see. Oh no. Oh, there's the replay on the. There's the fans. Wow, a lot of fun. Wow.
It's a nice new camera, Hank.
Yeah, it is. I got to work. We got to work on the night. Anytime it gets a little dark, we see that camera. It's a little fuzzy, but it gives a different perspective, though, doesn't it?
It does.
At least.
Just 34-23, 27 seconds left here in Gonzales.
I think if people would donate, we could get a 4K camera like they do, where everything else behind them is all blurred out and they're real clear,
Wish list.
Oh, here's a pooch.
Pooch kick.
And it was fair call.
That looks, well, yeah, and I was going to say, that's got to be a flag.
Yeah, you can't hit. I mean, even if you didn't see it, it doesn't matter. It's kind of like ignorance of the law is not a defense.
That's right. That's right. Penalty's a penalty.
Right. I didn't know the speed limit was 55 here.
Right.
I don't care if you didn't know. There's a sign back there that says it is. So,
Well,
hey,
here we
but you
go.
know, yeah, here we go. It's still, it's definitely a 2-touchdown game. 26 seconds, no timeouts. That's going to be very difficult. But yeah, we're going to see the Panthers run with the with a lot of their speed guys in the back in a prevent defense. Sometimes my father-in-law was always saying, "My God," he'd get all mad and slam down his hand and say, "Oh, the only thing the prevent defense does is prevent you from winning."
There you go.
Well, but this case, you gotta stay back and play the zone.
Oh yeah, and I mean,
Yeah.
you got 11-point lead,
Right.
so they would have to score. They have no timeouts. Get an onside kick. Throw another bomb.
Right. Well,
So-
we'll take a quick timeout here, and we'll run one more quick commercial before we finish this game out. So you're watching Navarro Panther football on the Navarro Panther Network.
All right, we're back here, Gonzales, Texas. Panthers going to finish off the Apaches here, 34-23. Shotgun formation, Apache football. They run a trick play to number 12. He's looking deep, he throws it. He's got a receiver, jump ball, it's incomplete, trying to hit Hunt.
And
Damian Hunt.
Yeah, Waz back there just did the right thing. He tried to even make sure that he wasn't going to get a call for some pass interference or anything like that. And Waz got a little bit of size on him compared to the receivers out here for Gonzales too. And he went up and was able to be up right with that receiver. So
Good play there by J.J. Waz, number 12. 18 seconds left.
So now Gonzales is in just desperation mode right now.
Ball rest at the Panther 45-yard line. Shotgun formation. Hoffman back, looking for a receiver. He's got one. That's Hunt. He's being drugged down, but can't make the tackles. Risky, but coming up.
And the clock
cleaning
still
it up.
runs as his forward progress was stopped before he
That
went
should
out of
do it.
bounds. Yeah, that should be it.
That's ball game, folks.
Wow, what a big game here in Gonzales, Texas, man. I tell you, this was huge. Huge for the Panthers, being able to take on the Gonzales Apaches and deal with the speed the way they did. But the offense, this time, I have to say, the offense won the game. We did get the one stop we needed, but it was a little bit of help with self-inflicted wounds by Gonzales. So as we get down on the field with our fan cam here as well, as we see the players, cheerleaders and all. Like I said, it's an event when you come to a football game, but this is so.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge victory here tonight.
Right.
The Panthers stay alive, and Panthers have a lot of momentum
Right.
at this point.
Right.
Going back home next week to play Smithville for homecoming. Smithville has not won a football game. I think that will stay true next week. And,
Right.
and then we got a showdown in Laga Vista in a couple of weeks.
Right, there you go.
At Laga Vista for probably a playoff spot.
Well, I tell you what, let's go ahead and we'll run some spots here, some PSAs here, and we'll get some of the information from Scott Kibbe here, and we'll get you a few of the sights and sounds before we go to that of the Panthers celebrating their big win here in Gonzales. So you're watching
Navarro Panther Network.
Yeah, on the Navarro Panther Network, watching the Panther football. How about
Sorry,
that?
watching
No,
Panther
we're
football.
good.
I'm,
All
yeah.
right, we'll be right back.
Yeah.
conductor, how about something new? You played this last year.
Come on, get your head out of your sacks.
Shh, we're trying to hear.
Well, I'm sick and tired of hearing your kid play the wrong notes. Where's my kid's solo?
At least you can see your kid. Why is my kid stuck way in the back?
The conductor only plays his favorite.
My kid heard that solo!
You saying I did?
Yeah!
The innocence of youth. Is there anything any better? But soon they'll be in high school and facing all the same challenges you faced. How to make friends, how to fit in, how to be cool. We want our children to have everything they'll need to live fulfilling and productive lives. Make sure the kids in your family are among the more than 12 million participants in America who take part in high school sports or activities.
All right, we're back here in Gonzales, Texas, Apache Field. Panthers win tonight, 34-23 in a huge football game here in the district to keep their playoff hopes alive. We are here joined by Scott Kibbe with the Seguin Gazette. My name's Lance Blacker. I'm joined by Hank Dieter.
Yeah, hey.
And let's dive in.
Well,
dive
how
in,
about
Scott. I'm sorry.
Real quick, we're going to go with the player of the game.
Player of the game.
There it
is. Is Cohen Blunt. Cohen Blunt, player of the game. He had, 110 yards, Scott? 3 touchdowns.
Make sure number 2's on.
2-point conversion, but I think one of the biggest things is he kept the chains moving all night.
Yeah.
Right.
You know?
Sorry, I stepped on you. I was
So,
trying to tell the director who he had.
His 6, 7, 5-yard runs all night really kept us going. So, kudos to Cohen Blunt. Well deserved. What do you got for us, Scott?
Start off Navarro, 19 first downs, 52 rushes, 339 yards, 11 passing yards on 1 out of 1 attempts. They did not punt. They did not fumble. That's now 6 games without losing a fumble. They have 6 penalties for 45 yards. Almost got 3 guys to 100 yards tonight. Peyton Helford, 8 carries, 112 yards and a touchdown.
Wow.
Cohen Blunt, 22 rushes, 110 yards, 3 touchdowns. And Colorado Kenway, 15 carries, 87 yards and a touchdown. For Gonzales, 17 first downs, 37 rushes for 175 yards, 110 passing yards on 9 out of 13 attempts. They did not punt. They had 1 fumble but didn't lose it, but that fumble was huge. One of the biggest fumbles.
Yeah.
They did not lose, but it was so big on that series.
Yeah, I mean, it caused them to be so far behind the chains they never could overcome
They backed
that.
them up, and they'd done that all night, but not that time.
Right.
4 penalties for 25 yards. Hoffman led the rushing for them, 11 carries, 68 yards. Plack, 9 for 37.
Wow.
But I think I don't know when I've seen a game, there were no punts, no turnovers, no failed 4th downs. You know, it's the 2 times Gonzales was stopped, I guess, for the kick and field goal and missed the field goal.
Yeah, yeah.
And then the half ended for Navarro and game ended for Gonzales. So that's very unusual, but tells you two offenses very much on their game.
Oh, wow. And we see Lago Vista, the last score we had was something like 44-0. And looking at next week, you know, it's Smithville that the Panthers will be taking on for homecoming next week. And so real quick, we'll get a jump on that, and then we'll have to start getting ready to get out of here. We got students that have to get home. But so initial thoughts on that game next week after, and I know they want to celebrate the win here, but we're fans and we can speculate and we can do all those things. So,
Smithville, if the score I saw was right, was hanging with Lago, I want to say 7-0 at halftime. For the Panthers, it's just avoid the letdown.
Right.
Do not look past these guys. You got things going your way. Keep it going. Keep that momentum building. You're going to need it for Lago and hopefully for a nice playoff run.
Right. Yeah, and you got to get ready for a good playoff run, that's for sure.
You know, and that's, the Panthers have a ton of momentum right now, and I fully expect them to probably win the last 2 games. I think that it'll be a war in Lago, but the way the Panthers are playing, if they play the same way, I hate to look that far ahead, but Smithville, right. I can't. I mean, they hadn't won a game. Yeah. It's at home. It's homecoming.
Play your game.
Yeah, play your game. Do your deal.
You know. Yeah. But I would say that offense looks so confident right now.
Yes.
I don't know when I've seen. It's been a while.
Yes.
And that line was just dominant tonight.
Yes.
Just terrific job.
Even though we had Carlisle that left the center. He was not at center tonight. Beltran had to step in there. So Beltran did a great job of stepping in at center.
Right.
And then, then we had number 74, Joshua Hernandez, that took Beltran's spot that's normally out on the strong tackle side and took that spot. So.
No, and it speaks for the confidence that Scott's talked about. And, I mean, the other thing is if it falls the way I'm thinking, the Panthers went out. They're in second in the district, and that changes everything in the playoffs.
Right.
Because that second game is not going to be probably against a Sinton or a Cuero.
I think we figured tonight the one you want to avoid is third place. Third place would get you Sinton in the second.
Right.
Yeah.
So, and you can't tell you, you may probably end up, it looks like Carrizo probably wins that district. You end up with Devine if you finish third.
Right.
Forward.
Devine goes to playoff slot. You don't know what to expect. They gave us a tough scrimmage. So second would mean a lot. Second would help a lot.
Yeah, exactly. So.
Well, they're starting to turn the lights out. All right. Yeah, so, I mean, tonight, though, the Panthers are victorious based on, I think, you're exactly right. And Coach talked about it in his interview, saying that he's got to control the line of scrimmage, and he looks forward to this line being very cohesive and being able to work together. And we saw that from Pugh, to Hyman coming back, Beltran, Joshua Hernandez coming in, and Lane Black. Those 5, and then you had Mason Harvey coming in at tight end, and he hadn't played tight end all year, and he comes in, and I think he did a great job down blocking.
Well, I want to remind you that it was number 0, I think was his name, Upshaw for Gonzales.
Yes.
Coach Blunt told me that's the best defender we've seen the entire season.
Right.
Better than anyone they've seen in Wimberley or anyone.
Right.
So, but he was not. I heard his name a few times, but they did a great job on him. I would not have thought they'd been able to run the ball up the gut the way they did.
I made a point, though. He was in almost every play that was on the right side, but some of the plays it wasn't until we were 5 to 6 yards down the field.
Made sure he was not a factor. That was very important.
Well, here we go. Huge, like you said, Panthers got a lot of confidence, right? And then the defense. Yeah. The defense it played night and day. I mean,
only gave up that big play, that we saw in that pass play. But that with the offense being able to take control and doing what they needed to do, really offset that.
Yeah.
So.
Well, and it's complimentary football, right?
Right.
But at the same time,
exactly.
The defense is playing much better, and I think what they were even against Salado. I mean, they've gradually gotten a little better.
Right.
It looks like so. That's huge. The defense doesn't have to be world beaters when your offense is playing like this, right?
Right. Exactly.
And so you just gotta play well enough to kind of keep it going. So
Right. Well, so I see us next week in Smithville. It shouldn't be any different than any other scores we've seen against Smithville, but that's my personal feeling. But you got to play every game and never. I said it was one of my keys. Never underestimate your opponent. Just never do that. Come in there just as it's a playoff game. Basically for the Panthers from here on out, and you got to play it like
and I
that.
can tell you, if the Panthers can keep this up, get in the playoffs, nobody's going to want to seed the barrel.
No.
You got a team with playoff experience. It's now playing with confidence and really coming in their own. Nobody wants that matchup.
That's right.
Well, there's the final stats again that we'll put up here. And so that's where you see it, the score 34-23. Lance, I guess, and Scott, thank you for it. And we'll let you go get your interview with Coach Blunt. And, hey, Lance, go ahead and take us home.
Yeah, let's get out of here. A huge win tonight here for the Panthers, keeping the playoff hopes alive. 34-23, they win tonight here from Gonzales, Texas. My name's Lance Blackburn. I've been joined by Hank Diederich and all the wonderful students. Principal Scarborough. Always the special guest here is Scott Kibbe and from the Seguin Gazette. But, man, a huge win here for the Panthers tonight. We will see you next week for homecoming at home in Navarro. Come out and watch your Panthers and root them on. And they need you to cheer loud and be proud from the stand. So God bless and good night. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, we'll roll the credits.